And we are live, everyone. Welcome. Let us begin. Catastrophe has befallen the Virgin Empire. As an army of exiles and monsters led by Axaris mages descended upon the capital city's walls, a great purple light shone out from the top of Emerald Spire. At first, this light did protect the defenders, as would the green crystal shield of old. Yet soon after, it pulls back across the city like a curtain. The city's districts coming to demise for all who touched that shield. Some defenders have but barely escaped a betrayal atop the spire. Some flee the city walls. Some still have completed a task to slay the leader of the invading army. But today, we begin with one who has been preoccupied with duty, as he speaks a prayer upon the shadowy plane, death. Lars, you kneel at a simple stone altar at a place on this plane of death that is perhaps a destination, perhaps an intermediary for your people on their journey from life to death. You have continued your responsibility, which you took on, to guide them in that path. At your altar, you have two gods which may accept your prayers. Lyra, of the Pantheon of Unity, Cadlia, or Gelrazun, the chained god of the Badlands, whose hammer you wield, whose hammer felled the wall into Cadlia. Who do you speak your prayers to?
Oh, well, I lean down there and get on my knees and rest my hand on top of my mallet, and I give a good long think because this mallet has really helped my friends, but at the same time, I really do owe my life to Lyra, so I'm going to reach out to her now.
All right. Roll
Perhaps
me a
somewhat.
religion check. Let's get the first
Ooh.
roll of the game in, please.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Just like the good old
That
days.
matters.
Oh, yeah.
Because as you focus your prayer, it feels as if you are trying to send it through a barrier of steel, and yet you are a thicker steel of prayer, of devotion, and you pierce that barrier of planes. You feel as though your prayer has been received. And a calm runs through you. And yet, a new sound now heralds your ears. In the cold silence of the plain of death rings a simple bell. As you see a white, cloaked and hooded figure, beneath which you cannot identify a face, walking forwards, slowly, steadily, carrying, instead of the jug in the art depicted, that ringing bell. This figure approaches the two spirits of your giant descended people. Step forward, and it looks right past them, if a hooded figure could look in your direction, Lars. Will you approach the interaction, or will you remain and wait to see what happens?
I will approach, but not with much haste, cautiously, to see how it interacts first with the guards, but I will begin to go that way.
As you do so, one of the guards approaches you. Errant token there. As the guard approaches, he will say, Lars, this person wants to speak with you. If person they can be called. They claim to be a lord of some kind, and have intent for Cadlia, your home, our home of life. You have not yet passed beyond the veil of death. Perhaps it seeks to send you back.
Okay, well, I'll give it a little gander, see what's the what, and I'll walk up past the guard, stopping about 10 feet from the figure.
Excellent. As you do so, it bows its head politely. Says,
I'll nod in
Greetings,
return.
shepherd of the dead. You have pledged your prayers to gods, two, before. One in battle, one care. You have done them favors. Might I ask that of a third you consider action?
And what action would that be?
To safeguard, as your patron Lyra would want as well. But I, the Lord of Rest, come to guide your hand. You may know me as Mir. Mir is a commonly worshipped god in Cadlia, but when I say common, I mean more amongst the common folk than the higher. A very simple god that ordinary respects are paid to, has a sigil of a bell, but not one which asks too much. This god generally watches over the rest of the dead, as his name would suggest. Mir says to you, the capital city of your continent has fallen. A terrible shadow, a creature that stands to take on godhood. Orcus. You have fought his cultists before in the city. You slew them. I ask that now you return, follow my guidance, to strike out against this evil before it consumes all of the land. Would you accept this charge?
Oh yeah, I would. I can understand that if it consumes the whole land, you as the god of rest would be a little bit busy.
Worse even, those who die will not rest. They will rise, their souls trapped within reanimated bodies as they walk, they march, they fight, they suffer.
I see me put out of a job. That would be unfortunate. Oh.
Employment has nothing to do with it. There are 3 actions which I might ask you to follow. First, to find and unify old allies and new ones to aid you in the subsequent task. To enter the city on your vessel of air and mist, rescue those still trapped within and clinging to life. And then, once all are shepherded safely away, shatter the crystal that now rests atop the city's spire. Break free the shield that repels those who serve life, restful death.
I think that is a charge that I can handle.
How much are you willing to give in its service?
How much do I need to give?
For my first 2 tasks, only your actions, your arm, your voice. For the third, perhaps you must come to rest and join your brothers.
Well, Because that is what I have ultimately tried to do. That is something that I'd be willing to lay down for them.
The hooded figure nods, steps forward, and hands you the bell it has been steadily ringing. It says, "Attach this to the front of your boat. It will guide you and your..."
Or thank you.
And with that, Devis, will Lars make his way to his vessel? Sail back?
Yes.
Perhaps
Going
for
up
a
to
last time.
Going up to the prow, affixing said bell with a little leather strap, and then going back to the rudder.
Fabulous. So then, this time, we go away from here, back to the outskirts of Virgin City, where on a tower, two of you observe what has befallen the city. You watch as that terrible purple shield falls around the walls. Immediately, the druid, along with you, Rhiannon, in her form of a bird, rushes forwards, flying with haste. Dirk holds up his arms to be carried, says, "Carry me! My people need me!" And the two of them fly away in haste. You can see that in that distance, the paladin seems to have been dropped along with his order, and that bird makes it very quickly underneath the edge of that falling shield before it descends. And the two of you find yourselves left here, amongst your entangled and surrendered enemies. Aguizix the Afriti floating calmly to a seated rest. Gael? Lucy? What are you going to do?
I think so. Currently, Lydia is unconscious or just surrendered?
Just surrendered. Presently, I believe Gael still has an entangling mass of dark magical tentacles ensnaring the three parties marked as such. Rastin
Right.
will say, "Would you mind? This is a little tight."
Question: can you use your meta magic to on like the one that evades people on concentration spells? I was thinking about that recently.
I'm not sure.
Careful spell on concentration spells. I should reread it.
Oh,
more
interesting.
deep,
Yeah, that's a good question.
I think in the casting,
right, that would follow.
Yeah, like in the casting, you could use your meta magic, but
just for future use, like literally just being like, oh, I have like one free spot.
So if you're doing a big hypnotic pattern, yes, but if you're doing the tentacles, then that hits the area, so you could protect people when you cast the spell, and then the spell's been cast and they're not protected anymore.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So I'll, if I could, I will like fly over him and just kind of like, all right, grab my hand and try to like take him out and then fly.
I can drop concentration. It's fine.
Yeah, but like
we have to
she's
deal
still.
with what's her name.
Yeah. I guess.
Rastin will say, "I have some ropes I can bind their hands."
All right.
There you go.
Perfect.
That.
So without issue, the two remaining leaders of the Exaris regime are captured. You watch as the monsters, which had been a part of the main attack force of your foes, flee, running away from this place in fear as their leader has been destroyed. Still some of the rebels remain, and Rastin would say, "I suppose it's time we disarm this whole thing. Have you a care in the fate of This one, as he gestures towards Lydia.
Well, I
Not at
think,
all.
I mean, I don't particularly care, but is there any information worth getting? Do
Or
you think?
use.
Lydia Jacksonair, leader of the Exaris Remnant, will say, "Information?" Gestures her head towards the falling purple shield around Virgin City and says, "Your eyes can tell you all that you need know. I was right. There was a corruption at the heart of Virgin City, and it has blossomed."
Yes, that's great and all, but now that that has happened, I would like my city back. You probably have information that might help me do so. So, you should probably get to talking now before, things don't end as good as they could for you.
Information? I am at a loss. Our aim was to take this city, to free it and free this continent from the Empire. We have failed. The city stands and repels all who would enter it.
Okay, so this isn't you.
No.
Well, then who in the nine hells is this?
She shrugs her shoulders and says, "Perhaps the empire that you defended all this time has just been waiting until this moment." Rastin will step forward and say, "Lydia, would you submit to me in front of the clans? You are captured, and I don't need to kill you." She'll shrug and say, "I will. You have my word. This action has come to its conclusion, and I will hold on to my life if I can." Rastin will nod and say, "Well, my friends," looking to you, Lucy, Gael, "if you would be willing to allow me to see things through from here on out, I'll ensure that this rebellion is disarmed from its hostile state, though perhaps reorganized into something of assistance. I fear our country might need such an army in this time."
Indeed. My personal group was in that city. Let me see if I could get some information.
With that, I'm going to send the Exaris Remnant away to join the remainder of the exiles from the Badlands, as well as the other clans which still stand. And in this time, Gael and Lucy, do you have any simple attempts? What were you thinking, Lucy?
Well, so my thought process is that Lucy knows about if anything were to happen to the city, everyone should have been evacuated to Dis.
Right.
And so, considering how both portals that we could use are in Virgin City, then one would look at Luigi, see if he can.
It's not
actually.
his name.
I know, but that's what we call him.
Right.
Actually, now that I think about it, what's her name? Taught Lucy how to do the portals, right?
Yes, Grace
Right.
DeLune. Yes.
Yeah, Grace Saloon taught Lucy how to make the portals. So I could just make a portal if I have the materials here.
Potentially. You'd need a lot
What
of
would I
human
need?
blood. You do
Also
have
in
one
the city.
corpse. Is that something you want to do anything in particular with, or leave to be disposed of?
I guess I'll search his body.
All right. You find a
See if
holy
there's anything
symbol
useful.
of Gelrazun, the chained god, but
course.
otherwise simple components. And yet, in this time, your attention will be drawn to a mist that begins to form nearby. A mist from which follows a familiar and friendly shape. That of a ship, and a golden armored man upon the front of it. As Lars stands to reunite with you. Lars, how would you greet your friends?
Oh, hi guys. How's it going? You guys look a little worse for the wear. You guys look tired. What's been going on here?
Yeah, I think Lucy would just flat out fly over to Lars. Like, Lars, honey, we missed you so much.
Something, night that you promised me, something.
Right. Yeah, so that, and then, yeah, so, yeah, so let's see, Lars doesn't know Lucy's true origins, huh? Now that I think about it.
I know that you're, devilish.
Yeah, devil-ish, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Lucifer.
Gael, are you joining as well? Say again?
Something's up with the bike.
Uh-oh. Audio's off.
Oh, no.
We'll leave that for Gael to resolve. But I presume that we can catch up on that, as Lars will be too stuck up for D's. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
The bell at the front of your vessel tolls. And that bell directs you, Lars. You can feel almost a subconscious pointing, almost a compass that this bell is gesturing towards you. Mir points your way. Will you take these two along and follow that voyage?
Yeah, so I come back from kind of a middle space before the afterlife, and I've been sent back to help destroy that crystal with this here hammer.
Perfect. That's honestly perfect. That's exactly what we needed right now. All right, let's go. Just like the good old days.
Yeah. Hey, Gael. Hello, Gael.
Gael will fly on and say something about something.
Yes.
Gael had a mini stroke, and we'll just like go and just kind of ram him and grab him and pull him on.
All right. And how about Laguazix? He will fly over and say, I am not terribly keen on this method of transportation. Shall I wait here and be your sentry, my lords?
I'm
I feel like you just
sorry.
Don't want to do work.
I don't think we've met before. Who are you?
Laguazix.
Oh, this is Luigi.
The Afriti, servant of Gael and Lucy.
Okay.
Yeah, things happened while you were away.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Well, yeah, you guys better you have some explaining to do. And then we'll go ahead and mush this boat on.
Gael, are you any better now?
No.
No. Can't hear me. All right. Well, that's something hope you can figure out.
Yeah.
It's okay. I think I'm good now.
Oh, there.
Oh, there we go.
You're all good.
We'll just I'll figure it out.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
All right.
Sorry.
Is Laguazix coming along with you? By command? Yes. Okay. He's on the boat.
He's not getting out of work.
You can't leave lasagna behind.
So his name, you call him.
You're just gonna
G?
progressively call him by wrong names.
Come on, Pasta Primavera, we gotta go.
In that case, as your little group takes off from the tower, we go to the Valley of Rain, where some of the rest of you are now. But in this time, first, we recapitulate, in a simple sense, the memories of one Gwei here, who was dreaming of those dread encounters that were had. Dreaming of the Emerald Spire, where the betrayal took place, where flight was taken off the edge of that grim tower as all foes congealed. The Empress rescued, and then to the market district, where that circle was as a light of purple fell across the whole of the city. Many civilians, defenders, and not quite so innocents congealed here to flee the walls of demise that fall now down upon the city. And in that distance can you see the rise of the terrible Colossus. Upon it stands those two glowing horns, one with light, one with darkness, that stands at the foot of Virgin Spire. And from there did your path take you into the Nine Hells. Here, parley needed be done with Asmodeus, Lord of all Nine, upon his warship above the second layer of Dis. Shael, Rhiannon, and Natas made that parley. While Gwei here, you, I presume, were mostly occupied with tending to the Empress's wounds and making sure that your daughter was alright. Would you say that's so, Ben?
Yeah, and probably petting this dog right here.
Perfect. A dog that is making fast friends with the undead one right next to it.
They're just sniffing each other.
Indeed. But as successful passage was secured from here, with a warning, to the Witch Clan settlement in the Valley of Rain did these fleeing refugees go, where here you awake Gwei here, and you recall the final warning of Asmodeus to those on his vessel. That, 1, the stones from the sky are more than they seem. That, 2, Orcus must fall so that your lives are not lost. And that 3, he is coming.
He is in Asmodeus, or he is in Orcus?
He is in Asmodeus.
Well, everyone knows Asmodeus is coming all the time, because that's all he fucking plots about, is taking over everything. Let's just try and keep it in, like, the millennia level of imminent danger. And I knew I didn't trust those stupid sky rocks, that's why I didn't take any of them.
As you wake, Ira kind of nudges you a little bit and says, "You alright, Mom?"
No, not really.
Yeah, me neither. Oh, probably better than you, though. Sorry.
Yeah, what? Better than me? Yeah, I mean... Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little shell-shocked right now. I just witnessed, like, that was a lot.
Ira gives you a hug. Says, "It's gonna be okay, Mom."
Thank you. And I just hug her back, and I'm gonna just continue talking to her. Like, if she wants to talk more, I'm just gonna hold the hug and talk to her over her shoulder.
Natas and Shael, you wander back into the Witch Clan settlement. Perhaps some individuals to interact with, conversations to have.
Are people around?
If not, that is also fine.
Well, her father's definitely gone, right? He went
He's
to go
not.
do his thing.
Correct. He's not yet returned.
Yeah. She now has that book. I think she needs to sit somewhere and just kind of start reading and studying. Like she'll sit with
Fabulous.
everybody, but I'm gonna say she's gonna be a little preoccupied with that unless somebody needs her.
Okay. Natas,
Uh,
anyone you wish to make contact with before things kick off today? I should also note that not far behind you, of course, is the winged figure.
Ah, yeah, okay. First person I want to talk to.
Is that
Yeah.
Gwei here feels a pang of deja
Oh.
vu looking at this person, but can't place them.
that's right. Ben wasn't with us the other night.
All right. Natas, where are you headed off to? Gwei here? Or...
I'm gonna head towards the toss.
Perfect.
I'm gonna
Those
beckon
days.
my daughter to join me as well. I assume that.
She will.
We give like a very long squint towards Athena and just be like,
Just take a
I
step
want an
back.
apology. I want an apology.
Cross her arms. She'll say, no.
Is that how you greet people?
Yes.
Natas, is this the woman that's been in your head?
Worse. It's her mother.
Wait, so the woman's still in your head and this is her mom?
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
You got to meet the parents before you even met the girl? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Turns out I hate both of them. So. Yeah. Yeah. You see that pile? I'm assuming there's still like a fresh like line in the dirt for like 10 feet where she basically pinned me to the ground and dragged me across the floor
Yeah.
into a tent.
Was slammed into that tent from starting over here.
Yeah.
Can someone tell me what's going on? How is this? What did I miss?
To be honest, you know just about as much as me. Apparently, my voyage here attracted an unwilling passenger. And, yeah.
Is your dad?
She won't leave me alone now. And he points at Athena.
Well, yeah, I'd imagine if you have her daughter stuck inside you, you're lucky she hasn't cut you open with that giant sword yet. That giant, glowing, radiant sword.
Don't give her ideas. She's mentioned it multiple times.
What about your dad? Is he dead?
Oh, yeah. Twice over.
Twice? Did you kill him in hell?
No, we dragged him, well, to get specific, we dragged him through hell, brought him back to life. He kind of ran his fucking mouth, and then I ripped it off. And
You ripped off his mouth?
specifically the lower jaw.
I'm
But
just writing this down.
Ira's gonna whisper in your ear, who are your friends these days?
I've had worse.
and well, Tacitus got very mad at me, so he took what was left of Marcus somewhere. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, congrats on your revengeance.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
it didn't really work, so it was kind of pointless, actually.
it didn't work. Wait, your dad's still alive?
Oh no, we're all like kind of still.
Oh, you guys are, yeah. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Caspian's still crazy.
Yeah.
Tacitus
kinda
is
weird.
the only one with a level head, and I'm still bipolar. So
Now, have you tried therapy?
what the fuck is that?
I turned to Ira and I'm like, men will literally go on a lifelong quest for vengeance to not see a therapist.
She nods.
What
If you're
kind of
talking about a
spell
healer,
is
I've been to
therapy?
multiple, but yeah.
At
I
this
gave
time,
Natas a hug.
Wonderful. As this hug is occurring, a day or so after the incident, a fast travel shortcutted by making the way through the plane of death brings a cloud to this space. Cloud that produces a flying vessel. Sail upon its top, mist beneath it, a golden man leading its direction. You recognize the two fiendish fellows upon its deck. As Lars, would you like to bring this in for a landing somewhere?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people kind of everywhere around here, but I'm gonna go ahead and just try to set it down right there and hope that the people in danger at the front don't get smushed.
Yeah, they can move just out the ways.
If they're not smart enough to move out of the way of a flying ship, they kind of deserve to get smushed. I'm just saying,
Well, you say that, but you know, one of the first steam trains, you know, it only go 10 miles an hour, and there were multiple instances where people died. They looked back and saw it coming and went, "Oh, it's not going to get here that fast," and then it hit them and killed them. So you know, wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, and this Lucy is like, "What the hell's a steam train?" Also,
It's just a gnomish thing.
Yeah.
Lagwazix is going to say, "I'll be with your other followers, all right, masters."
yes.
I'll fly over to a campsite where the rest of your fiendish followers are gathered. Will you all come together to greet? Would you, Lars, like to be introduced to our friends today?
Oh yeah, I would love to be introduced. I see some of my old friends, the Lionheart in the back there, and our notorious inspector. But would love to meet some new friends.
I don't know if Shael would be able to see Lucy because she's short and the ship, I'm guessing, is tall. Would she even be able to see Lucy from
The
where
ship
she
Lucy
set
is
itself
100%.
down
Yeah,
into the
and
snow,
even
so you can climb off.
yeah, and even if it couldn't, Lucy is 100% like going up and down the ship, just like extravagantly, just like, "Hello, we're here, it's ashore, we're come
She's
to
like a
save
queen,
you."
just
Yeah,
doing the wave, just doing the wave.
like, don't worry, I'm here now.
I know you were worried. Thank
Yeah.
you for your concern. But no, Shael's first order of business would be to run up and say, if you could please tell me, where is Dirk? Please tell me he's not dead, or dying somewhere, because I really can't get to him at the moment.
Dirk is, as far as I know, not dead. At least he wasn't when we parted ways. And I believe he's just outside the city.
As you were able to see as your vessel sailed into the mists overhead and made its way away from the city, the paladins of Stamos, as well as some of the undead which marched outside of the walls, united forces and pushed back against those chaotic monsters that still had blood on their minds. They seemed to be doing fine and making their way off just a ways when you departed.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good, because I promised to keep his little teddy bear safe, Fuzzykins. And I promised I would give it back the next time I saw Dirk, and he promised not to die. So for now, I'll just assume he's not dead, and we can both keep our promise at a later time.
Yes, that sounds good.
Cool. You met Lars. This is Lars. He is
Lars.
big.
Lars
He
is like
sexy.
super tall, correct?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
Lars is kind of giant size.
Why don't you
Yeah, he's
introduce
like-
your character, Tavis?
Yeah, so
Wait. Introduction. He is sexy. He's reliable. He's kind of a goody two shoes, though. That's the only problem we have with him, but we still love him.
But he's
Oh,
got a
yeah.
paying
Now
job.
introduce yourself.
He's got. I don't know.
He's got a cool ride.
Yep. A sweet ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, in front of you, you see this man that's in golden armor. He's about 6'8". I don't know how tall you are, but my impression is
Grapes.
that's a fair amount taller than you.
Grapes.
And he carries a very large mallet with the ends of the hammer being the faces of dwarves. If I recall correctly.
As your
Dwarves or
ship was
perhaps
coming
giants.
in,
Giants, yeah.
giant dwarves. Oxymoron, if there ever was
Yeah.
one.
Looks akin to
As your
this.
ship was coming in, was the bell
Ding,
chiming
ding,
by
ding
chance?
dong. Yep.
And that you tied it to the front of the ship, or
Yes.
placed it. She's gonna go take a look. Would you mind if I took a look at something on your ship? I'm a little curious about your ship was making a very lovely bell sound, and it reminded me of someone. Would you mind if I went and took a look at the front of your ship?
Oh yeah, I just don't touch that bell. It's kind of the only thing that's kind of anchoring everything in this realm. So
I'm not exactly sure I know what that means, but no, I will just look and not touch. Thank you very much. Does the bell have anything on it that would give her a clue as to who it might be from?
Its shape is precisely a match for the symbol of Mir.
Um,
While Shayal is making a look at that, Gwei here and Natas, would you like to introduce yourselves to Lars? Or go with the nod?
Lars?
Yeah. I think Natas just had a long day, so he's just gonna be like, "Hey, buddy, how's it going? Cool boat."
How tall is Lars?
like 6'8".
Okay, because my character's 6'4". So you're a little taller than me. So I walk
Yeah.
up to you and I look up at you a little bit, and I'm like, "Where are you from, friend?"
Oh, I'm originally from kind of the southern lands. It's a small town. You probably don't know it. It's called Aspel. But it's just outside of the port down south.
Oh, you're not like in the Virgin Empire?
Yeah. Oh, I have some down outside of Port and Angar. Have a little bit of bloodline in some frozen wastes and live in kind of some of the mountainous areas along the coast there.
Interesting. I don't have great memory, but I don't know if I've ever met any of your kind. I'd love to come visit your people someday.
At this time, a blonde-haired halfling rushes forward, which Lars, you recognize. This is Mara, who is a good friend of yours from home. She says, "Lars!" and gives you a big hug and says,
Aw.
"I'm so happy you've come to join our little band."
Oh yeah, Mara. This is great to see you. It's been so long, and you wouldn't believe the adventures that I've had, and I'm sure you could say the same since we left home.
Oh yeah, she'd say. Anyway, nice to see you. Gotta be off. See you later.
See ya, Mara.
Is gonna rush off. That, of course, being Tracy's character, as
Yes,
Tevis,
yeah,
you,
I
I believe,
figured.
guessed. So, Lars, would you like to introduce to these folks the premise of the quest for today?
Yeah, so I initially didn't think I would be coming back here. I was leading my people, their souls back to the afterlife on this here boat. But have a little bit of a summons from Rest, and I think that there's some unfinished business here, and we need to break that crystal. And this here hammer, I think, has the ability to do just that. So that's what my goal is today.
Don't forget the innocents within the city.
Oh yeah, you gotta. Well, that's why we're destroying the crystals, to protect their souls, and then we can pack as many people as we can out on this boat.
Shael comes running up behind you, and kind of, because you're so huge, she just kind of like tugs at on her shirt sleeve, let's say. She points back at the bell.
Oh, you can reach that far.
Lord Mir must have sent you. That means, well, he always hears me, I know. But he must have sent you to help, because I asked. So
Okay.
thank you for being here.
Oh yeah, little one, just be a little careful. Yeah, I might step on your toes. That wouldn't be any good. But yes, we are answering Mir. He's a cool dude. Have you met him before?
Well, yes, actually, the time I died. And I went there, and I got to meet him and talk with him, and I got to see what my eternal job will be of cleaning all the headstones in his domain, and I very much look forward to it. But he was kind enough to let me come back. So here I am.
Well met.
I mean, she does try and reach up to shake your hand.
I'll stoop a little.
You have to.
I just kind of like grab your just like whole kind of like arm. Like.
I want to say let's say she's like 5'3" ish, if anything.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
so you're not like 3'6".
No. She's so, if you notice her ears, she does have elven ears. But yeah,
Okay.
she's a 15-year-old girl, half high elf, half human, and
Right.
she's not the tallest kid in class. So, but she's very excited to have another follower of Lord Mir around, because she asked for help, and here's her help. So tag you're it.
With help in mind and a quest set, an action which is pressing considering the fact that those within the city are likely in dire danger, you all should make preparations to depart imminently. Though I would take this as a time to quarry any conversations which any of you would like to have, particularly Gael and Lucy. A number of your associates from the city you can see have safely evacuated to here, such as the owner of the pet store, people from the carnival, the tavern keeps, Tatal and her husband, the Savant family, and besides the mass of devils and their followers up here, we also have Asha and the leader of the lizard folk. Are there any in particular which anyone would like to speak with? I know also was mentioned our friend, the commissioner.
Tavern owner. Not because I want to drink. She's underage. But Shaya wants to talk to the tavern owner.
So it looks like Natas is going to check in with Saruk.
I mean, I guess Guile and Lucy should inform that the Ixaris are down and that the situation's kind of under control with the whole Lydia thing.
Yeah,
certainly.
Yeah.
All right, Natas, you want to have words with your orcish friend?
Yeah. How's he perceiving me?
This orc is sort of wandering around, kind of pacing back and forth. He's definitely very amped up and says, "Hello, friend. It's good to see you again. Savor of my life."
We'll awkwardly shake his hand.
He shakes it with vigor.
So, what are you doing after this?
Aha! And he points across the space and says, I see! 2 of my clansmen. I must greet them. Worry not. I will gather a new clan of orcs and we will aid you in your battle, whichever one it is ahead. I will see you later. Goodbye.
What the?
Oh,
That's not what I
Oh
wanted.
no, he's not grateful at all.
He makes his
You
way
saved his life.
with much excitement to the 2 orcs who have been in service to Lucy.
All right then. I think for Lucy's is just for the most part gonna kind of do like a roundabout. Not a roundabout. That's the wrong word. A kind of like a social butterfly. It's gonna go like from group to group to group of all the people Lucy knows and just kind of like catch up with them. It's like, hey, glad you made it out. It's great to see you. When this is all over, we should all. Well, actually, so Lucy wants to like visit this particular group last.
Okay.
Um,
So that was
'cause-
what I wanted to focus on it, because I assume that all of the other butterflying is mostly fluff.
Yeah, all the others is just mostly fluff. Like, it's gonna go to Lionheart. Just like, hey, glad you made it. Maybe when this is all over, my record could be kind of, wiped clean.
You would
Talk
say,
to
records? I left all of those in the city. Oh no, they've probably been destroyed.
perfect. Excellent. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Talk to what's her name, the lizard folk and the exile
Mhm.
group. Just like, hey, the guy's okay. I'm forgetting everyone's names right now.
All good. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Rastin.
I was like, yeah, Rastin. Thank you. There's too many names.
Too
to
many
remember.
characters in this campaign. And they're all on the same map right now.
Exactly. Jesus. Yeah, hey, Rastin's fine. He's Lydia now works for him, I guess. Good for him. I would have killed her, but whatever. So I guess take that how you will. So get the group, gonna get the group together and prepare for the final showdown.
So with your group, Julia and Jarvis would like to speak with you.
Okay.
First of all, Jarvis will say, happy to see you're all right, boss. We've got everyone together here. This is a terrible time, but we did need to check in with you. It's all been very uproarious and chaotic. The world is falling, and we're with you until things are stable. But he turns to Julia. She'll say, but we just want to remind that this honestly isn't what we signed up for. It doesn't mean we won't still be on for it, but, well, once this is all over, we might need to renegotiate our contract a little bit. We aren't so happy with killing of prisoners, for example.
Killing of prisoners? When did that happen? Who did that? Oh, Rodrigo. Right.
Yeah. That happens.
Right. That did happen. Okay, well. I mean, I think I think Lucy would respond to this as initially kind of try to play it off. So like, what? Rodrigo was a one-time thing. Doesn't mean anything. I'm still the Lucy you all know and love. And probably knowing them, they're not really convinced at that. Or just still not okay with it.
There is some grace, but there's definitely trepidation.
Yeah. So, and this Lucy's kind of like, okay, listen, Look, I get it. This is all new. All right, like this is not what you signed up for. It's not what I signed up for either. Okay, like things just kind of started happening, and kind of motions over at all the devils. It's just like you know these new new recruits, new friends, just kind of wound up on our laps, and honestly, they've helped a lot. Um, so I guess when it's all said and done, um, we could come back to this, but just I don't think that I don't still care. Okay. Um,
They'll
just
smile and nod, and Julia will say, "We know, and thank you for that. And we're with you until the end of this mess."
okay.
So with that, let's go briefly. Gael, did you want to reconnect with anyone?
Yeah, I mean, would check in with his sister, make sure that TikTok follows is doing chill, and that no other quandaries from our hellish relationships and or contracts and or duties have come up in life. Make sure that everyone's chill on that end.
Seems to
But
be, generally.
okay. And then yeah, just like be like, miss ya, love ya. Let's catch up later when the world isn't crumbling. And yeah, apart from that, I think maybe we'd check in with names. No, you removed him from my list. Him.
Arav.
Of
Yes.
that Av, just to make sure everything's cool with them too, but also be like, hey, if you have any cool, little things that you might have made, I like them also maybe.
We'll go with him then as
And
a brief little engagement here. Taytala and her husband will both give you a big hug. Thank you dearly for all you've done for them, and mention that they're not warriors, but they are willing to help in whatever's to come. Arav will step forward to say, my friend, I see there are a great number of devils in our company, more than before.
yeah, no, Lucy has her ways.
Say, I will but warn you, be careful of that. Even the most optimistic pacts of leadership can leave you with a shadow that follows you well past when you want it to. I will be taking my family away from this country as soon as I can. The signs of Asmodeus are not signs I ever wanted to see in my life again, but signs I'm all too familiar with.
You mean the rocks are signs of Asmodeus?
Well, he was also a sign. We saw him on our way here, literally him
Yeah,
in
yeah,
front
yeah,
of
yeah,
us.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
his
no,
intent is
I have
clear
heard.
upon this mortal plane. And so we will care to not be on this place where he seems to be focused. I served, so that my family would not have to. And I intend to keep it that way.
Of course, and you have suffered way more than you needed to. You
I
have
know,
put
I'm so
yourself in-
old. Now, you go take care.
Go rest.
He's gonna plop down and his daughter's gonna pamper him a little bit.
Love it. I mean, I guess the last thing that Gael would do is go to Luxarian and be like, "Did you have fun? Did you do fun things? Do you want to go destroy and do chaos more at some point?"
He will grin, nod, and say, I didn't like the running away part. It was humiliating.
Well, I think there's an opening to go back in.
He says, we'll see. Lars, you receive the impression from the boat that it was a significant strain to bring the devil along, and it is unlikely that that would be a good idea going forwards, as Mir's focus will be needed to get you through the shield.
I'll go ahead and convey that information to Gael and Lucy as they get back from their conversations.
Oh.
Luigi.
Lars, would you like to
Take
check
care
in
of
with
Mama
anyone?
when I'm on the inside, man.
And as a reminder to folks, the reason we're taking time in this moment for this is as that for Gael, for Lars, and for Lucy, certainly the next session we will have will be our finale, so this is their time to wrap up certain plot threads ahead of that. So, Lars, do you want to check in with the commissioner or anyone else that is present?
Yeah, I can just run up to the commissioner. I'll just pretend like the inspector doesn't even exist. Just look right through him. But I'll greet all the other guards if I remember any of their names.
Fabulous.
Yeah, but just ignore the ignore the detective. And I'll go up to the commissioner and say, "Oh, hiya, commissioner. I'm not sure how much think this trip is on a little bit of borrowed time, but just wanted to say that we'll do our best to get your city back, and I'm glad that you made it safely out, and hope you can go back there soon."
Commissioner Lionel will give you a big, respectful, manly hug and say, "Of course, Lars Larson. I am just so happy to see you back. In the field of justice, I was too afraid that your exile to the Badlands was the end of you when you didn't return with the other two. We have kept watch over the justice of the city, but there is more injustice there still. Do I hear that you're headed there to solve it?"
Oh yeah, that's our task.
"Then villains fear, for come Lars Larson."
Oh yeah, don't worry, we'll smash in a head or two.
Inspector Meadows just says, "Maybe he could have been present when I was dragged by that tiefling Gael down to the 9 hells."
I'll just pretend like I didn't even hear anything. Say, well,
famous.
Oh yeah, well it was great to see you again, Lionel, and then again we'll greet the guards if I remember any of their names. But then like the detective doesn't exist and walk away.
Okay. Wait here. Is there anyone you would like to speak with before departing on this mission?
Not particularly.
I will inform you of the news that for the Dark Elves, Solani found her brother in the city. Through the actions of some folks here, the criminal organization that her older brother was blood sworn to fell, and the man who held the blood debt died, and therefore he is freed and was able to return home. So her quest was complete.
Where are they now?
They're at the Dark Elf settlement, but they can certainly come along if you'd like to check in with them.
I don't need to. I just wanted to know where they were.
Yep, they are in the valley, well and safe.
I'm good to go.
Fabulous. In that case, as you are all prepared, I would ask that you all hop aboard Lars Larson's flying ship.
One order of business. Shael is going to ask the tavern owner and other people she knows from the city to keep an eye on BB, number one, and she's going to write a note and stick it in his collar because she doesn't know if her father and mother are coming back here. Yep. She doesn't know where they're going to go. So she's going to write a quick note that she's going with her friends to save the city, to potentially kick Grampy's ass when she finds him. And she's also going to ask in general if, I know it's a lot to ask because there's a war going on, but does anybody maybe have some armor, my size, that I could possibly borrow as I'm about to go into battle? If not, that's okay.
What type of armor are you looking
for? I know she can wear a breastplate with no problem now.
Yep.
I think we decide breastplate was the way to go.
Okay, so breastplates. So yeah, one of the
But
version.
it's one of those,
Yeah, one of the police
whatever they
officers
got.
will say, "Here, this should fit you." And despite our age difference, you look like you're gonna be better use of it than I am right now. Good travels to you, kid.
I thank you. I will return it when we see the city, because that is what we're going to do. And I will gladly return it to you once we've returned. And she'll run over and give BB a very quick hug and be good. I will be back later.
He will give
And
a wag of his tongue and a whoop and send you off.
And then yeah, however the heck she gets up on this. Actually, you know what? I think she'd feel more comfortable at the very front, close to the bell. She'd want to be up there by the bell.
Perfect. So near the front, Ira will say, "Fly safe, Mom. I'll keep an eye on things around here." To Gwei here.
Natas will have it so that Gwahir is in between him and Athena, and in just the second she has that exchange with her daughter, goes, "You ready to go into the din of combat where not a single one of us might make it back alive?" Fuck, she's coming. Damn it.
Yes.
I've never wanted my own head to get chopped off before.
All right. In that case, let us go onto the vessel and begin your flight.
And I'm hoping there's gonna be like peanuts and some snacks and maybe like an in-flight movie, thing to entertain us with.
No, it's just
There
all
is
emptiness.
darkness around as you travel between a phase between the realm of death and that of life. Here you move with swiftness, though you are on it for a good duration. You may even have time to take half of a long rest. And so I would now encourage anyone who hasn't double-checked, make sure your spell slots and features are all refilled as we head forward.
How long would it take if she wanted to? How long would it take to copy the spells from the one spell book into her own? How long would it take?
You can do one spell on the voyage.
Cripes, which one then? Yeah, that's the problem. I mean, she's got the other book. Alright, I gotta think about that.
You may decide that during our break, but before we head to it,
yeah,
we should arrive at your destination, coming from here in the Valley of Rain and flying with great haste to Virgin City. As you can see, an anomalous shape before you, the rough outline of a spire, of a shield, and the soft, piercing glow of that purple, an unwelcome color in this otherwise almost grayscale world. Lars, you know, you are about to cross through, and everyone should ready themselves.
I'll call out to the ship for everyone to brace and grab their little straps along the side.
All right, we're doing this thing. Picking spells.
Natas is just gonna start screaming in Infernal, and I'm gonna do I believe it's this one. Yes, on everybody. Bam. It's the first round of combat. Everyone gets advantage on their attack rolls and saving throws. Go wild.
As the purple
Gael grabs Lars.
Gael grabs Lars, famous.
Like, you can touch me later if I get hurt, right?
Wait, does anyone that's not me in this group have healing magic?
Nope.
Do you mind if it's
you don't know
necrotic
that.
healing damage?
We have a
What does that do?
Do you mind if it's necrotic
I
healing?
can cast a level 1 healing word on you.
Okay, that's all I need. I'll just look down at Gael and say, I think someone else in the party might have that handled.
It's not for you.
Meanie.
Yeah.
I can heal you if I'm close enough to you. Let's put it that way. If I'm within 30 feet of you, I can heal you.
See, they can even
As-
do it from a distance.
Real quick before
Uh,
we get into the combat, do you think Lucy would
on.
be allowed to summon something?
60 feet. Within 60 feet, I can do
not here.
Okay.
You would need to stabilize on another plane before doing so.
it.
Okay.
Ooh,
Actually, I totally just realized I can't even do Zealot Presence. It doesn't work. So, redacted. I'm just
Don't worry
mad.
about it.
13
You're
plus
just mad.
As you fly towards this purple, so that it is almost a all-consuming
That's amazing.
sheet
I don't need you.
glowing before you, bleeding through the black and white is the color. This woman speaks. To some of you, she is a stranger, a woman following Natas on this voyage. She is the tallest of your group, standing greater than Larson, 7 to 8 feet in height, with great white angel wings behind her. She now has her greatsword in hand as she is crouched almost like a torpedo ready to launch at the front of the boat, and she speaks to say, Orcus is the head of this snake. I have killed that monster before, and he must not rise again. He looks directly towards Unitas, she, pardon my English, and says, We will resolve our business soon. But in this city, we part ways. As you breach
Bless
that
your soul.
a hue of purple falls across you, and the moment it does, Athena blasts off, wings flying, light trailing behind her, ahead as she alone darts into that darkness, away from the rest of you, before all of you feel a lurch and feel your bodies and souls twisted and tossed, thrown away from this vessel, before all comes to unsightliness. You lose consciousness for that moment, and we will tell you what happens.
Oh yeah,
Explore
it's
that when we return from our intermission. I will see you all in 10 minutes.
Sick.
it's probably something
Oh no,
Lucy.
Lars.
And we are back on, folks. Let us continue. From where we left off, you had all returned to Virgin City, arriving, crashing as it was, into the magical barrier around it, even whilst you were phased largely into the plane of death. And it is in that plane of death that, Lars Larson, you find yourself thrown back into for safety amongst this city of undeath. You find yourself in a familiar place.
Oh.
You're in the city, but you're not in shift with it. You're not in tune with it. You can see no individuals walking around. So, proceed as you would within this courtyard.
Okay.
You don't see any of your allies around, but you do see on the ground before you the Bell of Mir.
Alright. Well, I'll pick up that bell. And does it ring here?
Yes, and it seems to allow you some additional ability to perceive things. Do with that as you will.
Okay. Well, this is clearly the police headquarters. I know it well. I'm gonna head inside and see if I can see anything or hear anything once I get inside.
As you do, you sense the presence of a familiar spirit nearby within the meeting room.
Well, then I'll book it for the meeting room and just kind of cautiously pop my head in.
Leaning over the table and shaking his head as though he's a little confused why he's here at all is your father, Lars Larson Sr., who looks up as you enter the room and says, "Oh, Lars, Junior, this isn't how I expected you to return, or where I expected myself. What has happened?"
What are you doing here, father?
I don't know. But things are well. I hope.
Well, it's one of those kind of end of the world things, but overall things have been pretty good. I've made some good friends, and we're trying to help some people. So yeah, things are going well.
I'll say. Wait, knowledge is coming to me. Knowledge for you. Knowledge which should be imparted. That bell. It will help you. It is critical. And I'm here because the nature of death, the plane of death, is that when a creature is flung into it without known destination, perhaps in the greatest of haste, they are to be pulled together with one who has meaning to them, who can arrive here through various means. I am dead, so I appear before you. For others, I don't know. But your quest ahead, follow the bell. Let the bell guide you to your others. They are lost here and they need your help.
Okay. I'll look down at the bell and I will ring it. And does it feel like it vibrates me in a specific direction?
It does. As you ring it, your presence stretches out across the city, in a sense. Across this city, you sense several places where you might go from your place here. You might go to the Noble District. You might go to Emerald Spire. You sense that your ship is somewhere here, but there's also a sensation that you have that is where you should find yourself last. 2 in the Commons and 1 in the Academic District.
Well, just by distance, and if I feel like I need to be at my ship the last, I'll go to the Emerald Spire first.
Okay. So that is where we will now make our way. As Lars Larson walks along the path to reach it by foot, we go to the one who awakes there. Which is you, Gwahir.
Knew it.
As you rise from the center, the throne room floor, looking to see a familiar figure seated upon it, her light blue skin and patterned face, looking down upon you with some amount of confusion, some amount of curiosity, her light gray attire shed for black. Cocks her head and says, "What are you doing here?"
I'd immediately cast Dominate Person on her without saying anything.
As you do, you find that there is nothing for the spell to latch on to. It's as if she's there, but not there. She raises an eyebrow and congeals purple magic around it and slings an eldritch blast towards you that dissipates as it flies. She says, "Oh. I see arms are not to be the nature of our confrontation today." She rises from the throne of the Empress and walks down the stairs towards you. Says, "You must have questions. I may have answers."
Why?
A new world. An unending stand. Life is brittle. Life fails. You know it. While your body still walks, your mind is sustained. Your technique. Long ago, I swore to service. I swore to rise a fallen god. Gained much from that pact.
And when
When?
everything is dark and a husk and all life is undeath and
But it won't be so. Those who are within the Lord's favor will not be destined for a decrepit existence. You see
say that,
me,
but you'll
have
be as
seen
much of
the
his.
guards. Oh,
What?
will we? You've seen myself. You've seen the Empress's guards. We are dead. But still we walk. Still we preserve our form and our existence. We have practiced this. We have studied this. Those who die need not be the disgusting slaves that you've come to know well.
What joy is there for you in any of that? I just don't understand you.
There's plenty of joy. And you fear entrapment by servitude. But there is so many more wonders than from these simple lives that you have lived. But that is neither here nor there. Now you are in the course of inevitability. I will come to you and the rest once more with an offer for you to join us. I suggest that you do, for the sake of your souls, so that you are not bound to helpless servitude when the
You're gonna
hour
have
of
to
Orcus
make-
dawns.
So you're asking me to choose between helpless servitude and helpful servitude? That's not a choice. I'm open to pretty much anything. If you actually can present me with a good argument, I'll consider it. This just seems like a choice to. This isn't a life that I want to live.
Well, free will is a luxury, and one you may not have for much longer. You hear echoing footsteps but somewhat dissonant as the shining Larson enters the room. Ina will say, "Think on what I've proposed. If it does not suit you, then you'll make a fine thrall." And her form fades away as a shadow to the nothingness of this plane.
Not as fine as you. Lars, is that you? You seem more corporeal than anyone else I've seen.
Oh yeah, go here. Did you see someone that you knew who was dead?
Oh. So she wasn't joking about being dead.
Oh
Are
no,
we-
I saw my father who is dead, and I think that us being thrown into this plane has attracted people with whom we have connections.
What plane is this? Is this the ethereal?
I don't think. Well, that's a good question. It's a little above my pay grade.
Well, what do you suggest we do to get out of here?
Well, I think that we need to gather everyone first, and I kind of have an idea, and I'll hold up the bell of where they are, and I know the city pretty well, so if you just want to come in tow.
Yeah, I'll follow your lead.
Okay. Then I'll...
So where to next, as you have now resolved Emerald Spire?
I think that we're just going to go counterclockwise and go ahead and go to the Noble District and then Academic District and then like that to get to the ship.
So, we go to the space of home. Place sought not to be returned to, but found in once again. Shael, you come to, sitting in your family room on the floor. What are you going to do? Oh, say that again. Couldn't hear you.
Nope, I'm muted. That's why I've been muted. She's gonna get up and look around and listen for a moment and see if she hears any movement at all. And then she's gonna cup her hands around her mouth, taking a deep breath, and at the top of her lungs, yell out, Papa, Mama, Grampy especially, if any of you are here, I'm here, but I'm not sure I should be here. I'm not really sure where I am. But Grampy especially, if you're here, come out, because we need to have a talk about your poor behavior and your poor choices. And she's just gonna wait and see if she gets anything at all.
As your voice calls out, you hear a slow creaking as the doors to the library are pushed open by a skeletal hand. And you can see a figure with the same stature and face, flowing beard as your grandfather, but one that is most certainly dead, approaching you. Says, in an alarmingly hollow voice, "Hello, Shael. Hello, my little one. It's good to see you where you belong."
I don't exactly know what it is that you did, but I am very angry at you, and I'm not really sure what to say or do right now, but I really want to punch you very hard in the face, and then I want to kick you really hard in the leg. So, before I do that, I'm going to give you a chance to explain what did you do? What did you do to our city? I think you betrayed your entire family, and you can be very ashamed.
He steps up to you and kneels down and says, "Let's start with the violence, shall we? Go for it.
She does. She has no
And
qualms. She's gonna haul up and try and
as your
slug him.
blows should meet him, it's like they're punching into water, and it just doesn't have that resounding crack that you hoped for. And his form sort of recombines itself. He taps you, and you see where he taps, your form itself even kind of ripples a bit. He'll say, "We're in the land of the dead, little one. Fortunately, your satisfaction won't find itself here. Your questions may have your answers. I have betrayed my son's intent. I have enacted the family plan as it has stood for many long years. You see, the day your father was conceived was my last day alive. I was ill. I was failing, and then I found a way to survive, a way to be with my family, a way to be your grampy, to live on in undeath. And it is a gift that I seek to bestow upon my family. I could wait until age where the form is decrepit, but now would be good. For you to forever be as precious as you are right now to eternity. Meet me on our plane of mortals. I will complete your journey.
I love you, Grampy, so please don't take this the wrong way. But you are out of your damn mind, and if I could right now, I would hurl every spell I know at you that you have taught me, and if you weren't already dead or undead or whatever you were trying to say, I would kill you myself right now, and then I would have to apologize later, but I would kill you myself right now because you're not really making much sense, and I don't want anything from you. I'm too mad, and you are no longer a part of this family. So I am going to go back to where I belong, and I'm going to help my friends defend the city that you destroyed and betrayed. And well, I don't know after that. But
reaches
kindly get away from me.
the back of his head, and you hear a cracking sound, and then a scoop, and you watch as he extracts his brain. He holds in his hand and says, "Now I'm out of my mind." As you hear doors open as Gwahir and Lars enter. And as he chuckles, he and his extracted brain fade away into the shadows.
She's just gonna yell at the top of her lungs after him. After I fix your mess, I'm going to find you for real, and I'm gonna kick you and punch you like I just said. You know I always keep my promises, so I promise I'm gonna punch you and kick you when I find you. And she's just gonna stomp over to these two. Welcome to the Deathbinder home. I'm not really sure how you got here or found me, but I would like to go now. So if you know the way out and the way back, I would like to do that now, please.
Okay. Yeah, right this way.
Who were you talking to?
The traitor in the family. I believe. I'm sorry I doubted you. But Grampy just confirmed that yes, he is a traitor, and I need to find him and punish him for what he's done. But I'm not really sure it was him. I'm just not sure what's going on. But I need to go. We need to go back where we belong.
And so you return to the city streets. Go ahead, Ben, you had something.
Oh, I was just saying let's go.
Are you continuing on this pattern from the Noble District now around to Academic?
Yep.
So here we go, and we come to you, Natas. you find yourself by the sound of rushing water. For you, it is like a moment out of a dream, or of the barest memory. This water flows, and you can almost picture in your mind a hooded man placing in a cradle a small baby, flow down the river, down the sewer, into where knows else. But your draw is not down, away, where you traveled so long ago. It is up. Where did this person that shepherded you on your way come from?
Lapinor, I do not know if you are listening right now, but you're about to give me some deja vu. So give me some help. Start climbing up the ladder.
You arrive in a large church. You can see many pews, long aisles, stained glass windows outside of which are shadows, shapes. And, as you can see very clearly, upon a magic circle placed upon the ground, a large number of people. Miscellaneous, you see virgin soldiers, commoners, gnomes, and a white-hooded man, the High Cleric of Aniva, whom you know remained in the city. He is praying at the altar of Aniva. Doesn't seem to notice you immediately, but how would you like to proceed?
Oh, I'm just gonna see him, and now that I was reinformed that he's the guy, I'm gonna not waste any time and beeline it over to him.
Are
I'm
you
like
gonna-
jump on top of his altar, be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Gracious! Oh, are you? And he places his hand on your ankle and feels solid flesh. He goes, "You're here. Like us. You're not dead.
Not yet.
I pulled us here by Aniva's grace to protect us. It is terrible out there. The undead that were once nigh a half of this city's population roam every street. Horrendous monsters, constructs, a devious scheme that has been in the work for nigh many years, if it's been so thorough in its capture of our home city. But what brings you here?
Well, I was supposed to be eventually leaving the plane of death,
Have you a way
and
out?
ending up on. I thought we did, but well, I'm here now.
All right.
So, I have a couple questions for you. How long have you
some
worked
time.
for Marcus Casgrove, or
He kind of
Casgrove and Kin?
looks to his left and right at the folks around him and then lowers his voice a bit and says, "Worked? I never worked for. I provided service to the general."
And one of his sons, right?
Several, actually. It was mostly, actually, to his wife, who is sadly now deceased. She was murdered about a couple months ago by an orphan maker, he who led the Exaris. Make an orphan out of his last daughter. One he couldn't part with.
She, just died?
His wife? Yes. Recently. He was in some amount of stress, but took on the position of general nonetheless as threat arose.
Yeah, good, fuck him. That's not important. These last couple of days have been hard.
I'm sorry.
What did you do to them, to the kids? I need to know.
May I ask of what interest it is to you?
Well, it worked, I think. Ta-da. Like,
You are a child of Marcus Cosgrove.
yeah. You did this about 17 years ago?
I did. And
What
I whisked
did
a
you-
child into the waters, and I opened a plane into the 9 hells with a prayer that it find parenthood. Parental protection, my words. I am not a cleric. I am a warlock that serves Celestial Aniva. I was, in my youth, one which served the hells. And I know several techniques of binding and of opening ways. I opened the way so that you might leave your father's detection. He places a hand on your chest and says, and I bound a celestial soul to yours.
Oh, okay, alright, that was bad.
To protect
That was a
you
bad idea.
and to each of your siblings, to protect you from the demise of your blood. And
Each?
the curse. Each. A different kind of being. I know not what it could be, as powerful as a celestial drake, as meager as a small fairy. I believe that the strength of the celestial spirit is associated with how afflicted each of you is. The spirit that is bound to your young sister is the strongest, and to the misshapen brother is the weakest. Yours must be average.
What? Why?
This was what your mother asked. This was what was desired by your father, to try and protect his lineage from the corruption. It is a dark technique, and I did not want to do it. But I did.
Interesting.
At this time, the 3 seeking Natas make their way into the chapel. They can make their way up its great aisle. Find as well the survivors that were sought. Rotin will say, our conversation must continue later, my friend. Others have come. Go ahead, Tevis.
I was gonna say, oh, hey, you guys.
And folks will say, hello. You recognize one of the rogues that you worked with during your investigative days, as well as a little fairy. And there are as well gnomes, which seeing Shael say, oh, hello.
Sorry.
It's very nice to meet you all. Thank you for welcoming us into your well, I'm not sure if this is your home, but thank you for welcoming us.
Welcome indeed, says the High Cleric. I only wish that this place were in better state. Is it true that you have a way out of this plane?
We believe so. But I think we're gonna have to stay low and move kind of fast. So.
Rotin will say, then I will release my spell, and we can begin moving.
Okay. Everyone, follow me. We have a few more people to pick up.
So you do.
I imagine Lars with like one of those like tour guide flags. It's like okay, and so on
The
the
hammer.
left, yeah.
There is a gift shop. I was promised a gift shop.
I'm assuming on the drive back to wherever we're going, Toss is just like screaming off the edge of the boat, talking to the person in his head. It's like, I don't want to hear it. All right, I didn't do this. All right, I didn't force anything upon anybody.
Ride back on a boat. Has that happened? Which
we're walking.
location? Oh, yeah, you're walking still. Which location are you going to in the Commons District first?
The north one first.
Sounds like a plan. Let us go to there. where, within the hidden spaces of the warehouses, Lucy awakes in his original hideout and sees upon his throne a dead man. Rodrigo, looking down, seated with his legs crossed at a fiendish Lucy that rises amongst the plain of death.
Oh no.
Will you say?
Oh no.
Oh, well, I don't know why I'm in this form, and I don't know why you're in front of me right now.
He shrugs and he says, I suppose I have been brought here to appropriately taunt you.
Indeed.
I have taken your seat.
Yes, well, I took your hand. And
You
your
did,
life.
and I'm going to pay you back for that. Exactly in those two ways. It is an unfortunate thing to have one's livelihood, one's possessions, one's cares swept out from under them. I did not will ill on you. In fact, I would have gladly ruled the hand for you as your supplicant. But you
Yes.
killed me.
Well, it was only business. You understand this, surely.
There is a moment when business crosses a line into quite personal. I believe that taking one's life and promising their beloved to a remainder of existence of torment, that becomes quite personal.
Well, to be fair, you're a homewrecker, so you had it coming.
Alas, I did something. I accepted the affections of a man who had been cloistered away, afraid for so long. And with honesty, I told him many times that he should go to his family and inform them of the truth. It was ugly the way it happened. Truly.
You could have also just as easily just not accepted his affection. You know, how did that start, by the way? Was it before he got married, or
It was
And
rather
had
recent,
kids?
to be honest. He came to the city, I was sent to the city, and our paths intermingled, and we found a beautiful thing. He confided in me and my trust of his history, and I respected it, and I asked him if he could tell them for their own sakes. There was not the chance until there was. But do not discuss Davos. He is a heart to me. But at this time, our business is vengeance, and I am going to bring it upon you. You will feel a knife in your back, and you will feel your hand separate from your wrist, exactly as is due. Eye for an eye, as they say, as Davos is a clever fellow, and he had an opportunity he could not pass up on his trip through the Nine Hells. There are few people, a deal with whom can be made to outwit your influence, but he found one of them. I look forward to seeing you in due time. May not be soon, but I'm patient, just as you forced Davos to be. And at this time, there is a shimmering of those behind you who enter the space.
Uh-oh.
Nah, crap. She
Rod-
doesn't want us.
Rodrigo gives a little wave and then vanishes into shadows. Lucy shifts their form.
Like, as soon as Lucy hears sounds behind them, just like, shoot. Assuming it sticks.
Good point. It doesn't.
It doesn't. Oh.
Do we see the very quick, like on again, off again switch of the
Yeah.
the face?
You see Lucy attempt to take on a different form and then have it be rejected by this plane.
Yeah. Lucy's like slightly panicking.
Honestly, the 15-year-old isn't even phased because of what she just went through. She doesn't give two shits what you are, who you are, what you look like. She doesn't care. She's not even phased by you, which probably isn't a good thing because she's 15. But was that Rodrigo? I thought I saw or heard him. I guess he is very dead.
Yes.
In a way, I feel bad for him. I understand you adults do adult things at times, but I think I still feel bad for him a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Lucy.
Yeah,
Well-
Lucy's like, fuck that guy.
Well, it's not just that, but I think Lucy is only half paying attention to Shael. Honestly, like Lucy is just kind of like zoned in on Lars.
Yeah, eyes are a little big right now.
As purple and red wings extend out from Lucy's back in a great span, and those large horns curl up from the forehead.
Oh, so you're a little more than just a little devilish. That's oh boy.
Lucy takes like a single step forward, like tentatively, just like Lars, honey.
It's just like
I'm, you know,
I
It's
can
like-
explain.
half step back.
I can explain. It's I was going to tell you eventually. I mean, I told everyone else for the most part. You just weren't around when that happened, and I'm still Lucy. We still, all the things we
It's
did
still
together is
Lucy.
still, yeah. The only thing that changed is my color.
The name makes a lot more sense, and the army of demons also makes a lot more sense.
Things are coming together.
Yeah. Okay.
Right here, I don't know if you got hit on the
Well,
head or something, but demons aren't from hell. All right, they're from the abyss.
Yeah.
Actually,
Thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate that.
Well, just is this like a curse thing? I can remove curses now, or is this like just like an always kind of thing?
Oh, Lars.
Okay.
That's what I love about you. Okay, so, all right. If the whole truth is going to be told, this is a permanent thing. So my father.
This isn't just a choice. This is
Yeah,
not a
like
phase.
this isn't a phase, right? I don't feel this way. So my father is kind of Mephistopheles. So,
What?
but yeah, I originate from the 8th layer of the 9 hells. And when I was young, I ran away from home, found myself in Virgin City, came, kind of did the whole, I don't want to be my father, and, I don't want to take up his mantle, and,
It's not that bad of one, you know? There's worse ones in hell.
You literally don't know my father, so.
You knew of him.
Yeah, you don't know everything about him.
I don't
Pretty
wanna.
much
I'm
the
just saying.
voice in your head, Natas, goes, I knew of him too. He was a prick.
Yeah.
He's probably,
Yeah.
really misunderstood.
Well, he's dead, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Ditto.
So with that being said, it's I just all I wanted was to live a quiet life, in Virgin City. Just have fun, mess around a bit, you know. That's it. Just live the life of pleasure and, debauchery and, maybe
I'm just kind of like
maybe a
not.
little stealing.
I'm just like numbly nodding along as I'm just like, okay, yeah, sure.
um, um, at the name drop of I'm gonna say around Mephistopheles.
Yep.
Shael will interject. We met. We met the Lord of Hell. He was very nice. I gave him a gift. He seemed to really appreciate it. And we didn't get to stay long. But I hope to get to send him a better gift next time. I'm not sure if you and he are friends. But at some point, I'd like to send him a nicer gift. If I can't do that with Natas, maybe I could do that with you at some point. After we
Okay.
fix and save my city, in case you all forgot, my city was destroyed. So can we forgive me? Please hurry along. We are wasting time.
And so in the
I need to go
nature of
find
that
my
haste,
grandfather.
Yeah.
we will go to our last destination. Victor, you had a little something?
Yeah, no, it's just the question would be is like, does Lars even allow Lucy to come along? I feel like that's a legit question.
I feel like, yeah, but we're not talking.
Oh no.
There will be
Thank you.
no Christmas card exchange this year.
You can fly
Oh,
behind us.
no.
We go now to Gael, who awakes on Carnival Row, laying on the ground and then looking up at a face looking down at him from laying upon a table, the tarot table, and a smirking face of his mother looks down towards Gael. Hi there, honey.
I mean, of course, Gael does not know that she's dead. Right?
she?
Or is she dead? Well, I don't know. We determined that most people. Okay. I'd just be like, I don't know. I ended up here and here we are again. Why are we here? What did you do? There we go.
She'll sigh and say, "Oh, little one, I'm just coming to check on you. I felt an otherworldly call and thought it was a good opportunity to say hi to my son, who I've spent far too little time with. You know I'm busy, but I really should be more focused on what matters. And that's you right now. How are you? How is everything going for you?"
I'm okay. Thank you. I don't Do you consider me a threat?
A threat? No, you're my little boy. Why would I consider you a threat?
Okay, we can drop the preamble a little bit. You love putting your offspring in situations of slavery because, like that, they can't flourish and they can't be a threat for you. Therefore, my only thing is I don't want the trouble of having to go against you, so I don't want to bother you. Just want to put it out there.
It's a
Like,
cute
I
attempt
just
for
want to have
leverage.
my own life.
Oh, you just want to have your life. That's all it is. Just so simple. A life. I've given you that. You have it. And I've given you space too. I know you wanted it. Could you be a threat to me? Anyone could be a threat to me. Provided the right intent, provided the right empowerment. I see no reason for you to be. You're so precious.
I don't disagree. I am quite precious.
Then there is silence as her gaze is mixed with yours, and there is a unease amongst the air. But then she'll pull herself up and kind of swing her legs off the table and walk around to you and kind of pat on your shoulder and say, well, you're a good, strong boy, and I trust that you'll make good deals in the time ahead. But just a tip. I've thrown my lot in with Asmodeus, and you'd be wise not to oppose his intents. Until then,
Well,
keep paving the way for the era that is to come for the mortal plane. And it's certainly not this Orcus nonsense. Get rid of that. I am proud of you. You are appreciable. And of those who I follow my standard practices of, you're one of the ones that I do regret. And I could have seen being quite a good right-hand son. You see the fading in of Lucy and several others nearby, Lars. And to that, your mother turns to you and says, oh, and if they make you concerned, I'm not dead. I'm just divine. Or the wave vanishes into smoke.
I was a character.
Oh yeah, seems like we've met a lot of characters.
Your group is now united.
Hi, everyone. What's up? What's going on in this weird gray world that we're in?
My mom died.
Oh boy. Did you
And
like
mine didn't. I wish we could trade.
Same.
Well, my dad died, but that was a long time ago.
My dad also died.
Are we orphans?
My parents are both very much alive. I'm not saying they're looking to adopt more children. And I'm sorry to.
Oh, I thought you
if
were
that
saying,
sounds
could we fix
mean.
that?
Well, apparently my grandfather is dead and has been since before I was born. I'm still not really sure. He wasn't making much sense as he took his own brain from the back of his head and showed it to me. I'm still not really clear on all of the details.
Wow, he sounds like he's out of his mind.
Forgive me, he made that same joke and I tried to punch him for it. I won't try and punch you. I see that would be unfair. But do not be like him. He is a very horrible person at this moment.
That yeah, I'm
Tap head.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry
Fully
about
sure
that
how
one.
to deal with that. Go like, yeah, families are hard. Your
Your
family.
grandfather showed you his brain.
We can deal with yours at some point.
Yeah, right? like that's a tough break, kid. Your grandfather showed you his own brain. We get it. We get
Yeah.
Been there.
Yeah.
Who hasn't? Like,
Gonna look at Lars and go like, doesn't Lucy look good in red?
Oh boy.
Diva, go walk your runway, you diva with the red. Go get it. Oh my gosh.
You come now to the marketplace. Here where, upon this plane of death, you find your next guidance, Lars. The bell tolls. With you as well are the
For
survivors.
whom does it toll?
For whom indeed. You hear, and this resonates in your mind, Shael, as well, the voice of Mir, Lord of Rest, who says, your vessel is not here. It is on the plane of mortals. There you must now go. Only you, Lars, should return. Repair your craft for the final voyage. Another one here holds the key to survival for the rest. You will see it in the center of this space when I send you through. Step to where you wish to be when you pass over, and then I will ensure your journey. Also, Good job, little Shael.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Perhaps we could talk later. I have so many questions, and I'm not really sure what to do with all this anger at the moment.
There will be plenty battles ahead to channel it into.
I will do my best. For you.
All right, folks. You have this space. You're not entirely sure where Lars' ship has crashed, or if there are any of the dead, the waking dead, upon the mortal plane that you might encounter. So, with that lack of certain knowledge, please choose for me if you would like to remain right here, or if you would like to be somewhere else in the marketplace when you cross over.
In the middle. Bam.
Yeah, I think middle sounds pretty good. And also, right before we go, I will go ahead and channel Divinity Sacred Weapon on my Mallet of the Sands.
And before we do that, I'm going to channel the Divinity Rage. All right. Kerchief Natas Rage. All right.
Okay.
Fly over to the top of this building.
So when we go back,
Oh,
we are going to be
I-
where we are, just back in the real world.
I vibe top of
Correct.
building too.
Right. Okay. Well,
right.
Shael wants to stay close to the three people she's currently standing next to, so that's where she wants to be. And then mage armor no longer matters to me, so hooray.
I am also going to produce Flame Blade.
Okay. Am I correct in saying that any prepared spells I'm allowed 15 prepared spells as a wizard, but then cleric stuff. So of my 15 prepared spells, I would intermingle the cleric and wizard stuff.
You can prepare your cleric spells separately.
Okay, that's amazing, and
So
that's the answer I was hoping for.
It'd be your cleric level plus your wisdom modifier.
Which is
Excellent.
I don't even remember anymore. Wisdom cleric. Okay, so 2. Okay, that's all right. That's okay. I can work with that. Okay. That's exactly how many okay, that's amazing.
All right, folks. Are you ready to cross over?
I can work with that.
Do it.
Yes.
So your domain should give you 2 additional spells that you already have prepared as well.
I always have Bane. And I whatchamacallit,
False life.
False Life. And I can
Right.
also do Spare the Dying as a bonus action and with
All
a
right.
30-foot range.
You all feel the pull of the material plane, and the grayness fades to a hue of purple as you arrive back in the plane that is your home. But not all who you see here are desired, friendly visitors, as here roam the undead. Roll initiative.
Oh yeah, we're nice and close. We love that for ourselves.
Spooky.
There's a reason the necromancer
Boys.
started taking radiant damage spells. Oh crap!
There are zombies
Oh my
Crap.
near us
Hey.
here.
I rolled some
Oh.
solid dent
Crap.
initiative.
About.
Hey,
Truly.
Crap.
These
I did
zombies
not
wandering the
have
street
guidance or anything.
will be focused upon the refugees and will be fought off by not only Roten, who may assist you in times, but also by the adventuring party of gnomes known infamously as the Sensual Six.
Ooh.
My god, those guys. Where's
sorry,
the dragon?
what? I need to
where's
know
the
your
dragon?
backstory.
Where's the dragon?
I will tell you all later, or perhaps Sue can.
Oh god.
These combats
After we're done
happen.
fighting.
Yeah, I don't think this is actually a combat though.
They
It's
are
just
not
a
going to be
massacre.
regulated. I'm just going to focus us on the enemies that are surrounding Lars' ship. And let's get rockin'. Enemies act on 8. Guaher has higher dex than Shael, and this should be set.
Yeah.
Lucy, you act first. What is your intent? Can't hear you?
Sorry, I was muted.
Fantastic.
I see a bunch of baddies, especially one big scary one that I don't like. So Lucy is gonna fly. That's not how it was supposed to be. Where was
Apologies.
it? That's my flight speed, and I now have a range. So from here. Okay. So
Don't blow up the ship.
that's 55. Can 60. All right. So I guess I could only target 3 people, which I guess is fine. Three at this point is enough. I see that these 2 are not friendlies, right?
Correct.
Okay.
This woman seems to be armored in a dark hue with a blade that you recognize as having... that Guaher recognizes as having been drawn atop the spire. This appears to be one of the Dark Knights.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast Mass Suggestion.
Okay, and so this will affect this creature, and the big one.
Yes. Yeah,
And
because it has to be like within my range of 60 feet, and I think those are the only 3.
okay.
Yeah.
Check here. Can you charm? Should be able to. All right. What is your suggestion?
My suggestion is all of these other cultists and zombies are out to get your lives. You should get them before they get you.
Okay. Can work with that. All right. Suggesting that the enemies are a higher priority of threat. All right. The bone golem is suggested. This may persist for longer than a round. It may not, but nonetheless, it takes
Yeah.
effect.
Okay.
Natas, you're up.
And I'm
What you got?
like 40 feet in the air.
Okay,
Awesome.
I'm going to see the confusion. I'm going to go here. See the confusion with the golem. And I'm going to sprint towards the cleric because I remember this guy extensively. And I'm just going to do a full, full everything.
Let's do it.
Boom. Oh. Boom.
Ooh.
Oh.
That's pretty.
That's really nice.
Good job.
Good business. 35.
Is he still up?
11. Yeah, he's still.
Okay.
Oh
Another
wow.
one.
He's a
Bonus
chunky
action.
boy.
He is bloodied. That's a hit. He's still standing. He gives in your direction as you attack him. He says, "You will bleed, so Orcus might rise a little faster."
Well, I know I'm gonna bleed because your turn's up next. So don't know about the whole second part.
Gael, you're up. You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted, John.
I am back. So Lucy's spell only worked on the big guy. Is that what I understand?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So I am going to cast, if I remember correctly, right around here, because this gets every one of these. So all of these little friends. And I'm going to cast. Where is my spell slot? Synaptic Static.
Ooh, let's
Ooh,
see.
Ooh, what's that? What's that?
Nice.
Int save. 2 or lower can't be affected. Try to take psychic damage. Ooh. Let's see. let's see what we're
And
working
after
with.
they have muddled thoughts for 1 minute, and it's not even a concentration saving.
It's a 20-foot radius, so you're going 20, and you're getting obviously the big guy. You're getting these guys, and you're getting this guy. So it is all right. So the only ones who are out of it are this southern one and this eastern one, and the one that Natas is tangling with. The bone golem has 2 intelligence, so it is immune. The veteran necromancer is
Of
out
2
of it.
or lower. Oh, of 2. Yes,
This is immune.
Yeah, it can't be.
Yeah.
It's the dark fanatic
Fine, I
here.
could've
This
attempted
is intelligence. Here we go. 18. That's a success for this one, so they take half. Go ahead and roll that damage. It's gonna be 8d6.
I think I rolled it. It was 28.
No, I
Thank
didn't show.
Yeah, no, it's up there. It's the,
Oh.
So 14 to this target. And
Well, there.
intelligence save for the Bloodweaver is 3. She takes the full 28. Very cool little spell. The undead thugs are going to roll their wonderful smarts. They're going to take the full damage. They are looking very bad. And lastly, we've got the Dark Knight, which is going to roll. Fail. 28.
So they have
Stuff.
to roll a d6 and subtract the roll number from attack rolls and ability checks,
As long as
as
you
well as
maintain
Constitution saving throws. As long as I maintain Concentration, fine, I'll maintain Concentration.
Wow. At the end of each of its turns, it makes an intelligence save to try and resist again. Okie dokie. That's some powerful stuff. Good
Yeah.
stuff. All right.
Proud of you,
Boom.
bud.
What's up? It is going to march
Good
forward and
job.
attempt to strike the Bloodweaver here. 13 will miss, and then it deals 26 points to the Bloodweaver with the other attack, which will bloody it. The Dark Knight will now act, and she's going to leap from that tent and rush forth towards Lars, hefting a shadowy greatsword that she attempts to swing out at him. And this is going to be minus d6 on each of these attack rolls. So I'll just go ahead and roll those ahead of time. So it's going to be attack against Lars, 11.
Yes.
Attack against Lars, oh, super bad.
Yes.
And the last one is a 22 to hit for 17 total damage. Do also note the upgraded plate armor I've given you on your sheet. Your armor class is pretty snazzy. Service to death has its rewards. Restful death, not this nonsense. What else have we is the Bloodweaver. She is going to use her life transference ability to move 31 of her hit points over to the Death Knight, which is going to kill her.
Dave's also trouble with doing it.
Damn,
These
I have
thugs
no idea what's going on.
We're gonna
Why are they
dash.
killing each other?
The
No, they're
walking hit
killing
point pool
themselves.
healed the big one. These two are going to rush up to Natas. And that leaves us with a necromancer who's going to climb up on top of the deck. Boat of the deck? Deck of the boat? What? And cast Circle of Death on those of you here. That is going to be 60-foot radius sphere. And so that's going to affect Lucy as well. So Lucy, Lars, Shael.
Counter spell this one.
All right, go for it. This is a 6th level spell, so you've got to cast it 6 or roll your charisma stat.
Do I want to roll a charisma stat? I am going to make that roll.
There
Yeah,
you
success.
go.
You counterspell Circle of Death. This necromancer is out of his 6th level spell slots. Very good. And lastly, Natas. You got a bunch of friendly boys that want to make your day great.
Big hug. Big hugs.
You have advantage against you, right?
Correct.
Okay, inflict wounds times 2. And these
Oh,
are coming in
no.
at 2nd level.
Jerks.
17 to hit on each. There's the damage.
Both hit exactly.
And the veteran necromancer is going to cast harm on you.
Oh.
Okay, let me do the damage from the first one. It's the first round attack.
I'm gonna move us
So-
on to Gwei here while you account for your damage.
Is anyone affected by my negatives? Just a point.
Hold on. That means the first one does not hit Unitas, so you cannot take that 24. Thank you for the reminder.
Plus 24.
Yep. Because they needed exactly 17 to hit. Or... Actually, no, they... Yeah, they don't hit. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to
Great
say
here.
16. I should have corrected myself.
Good catch, John.
Cool.
Very good.
Thank you.
Cool.
Helping keep my friends alive.
Cool.
All right.
I'm going to run this way. I should have my select tool selected. Move here. I'm going to shoot the Death Knight with an arrow.
Miss.
Cool. I'm going to use my bonus action to shoot 2 more times using Swift Cur. Okay. So on that
hits.
first hit, I'm going to use my bow's special ability. And I think I'm just going to do a Vicious Mockery.
Let's roll it.
DC 17 Wisdom save.
Success.
I'll use Cutting Words on that
Cool.
to make it, much lower.
Disadvantage in the next attack.
And then I'm going to shoot an arrow at the golem. And miss, presumably.
Yes.
Is the golem not suggested anymore?
I was going to inform you of that on your turn. The suggestion has completed its course.
Boo. Alright.
Or at least it certainly seems to no longer be regarding these folks as threats. Shael, you're up. What have you got?
All right. So we don't like this big scary jerk in front of us. We just need to position ourselves in such a way so as not to damage what she perceives as Lord Mir's vessel, the ship. She's not considering that it belongs to Lars. She thinks that it belongs to her god. We are going to go after this big jerk, and we are going to do this.
Sunbeam!
Yeah. We is going to hit him with some radiant damage.
Strikes the bone golem, which will take 1 point of damage.
I'm sorry, what now? Are
Takes
you
1 point
kidding
of
me?
damage. As you can see in its health bar, it doesn't have that many hit points. But those 33 points were reduced by its durable size and binding magic.
I'm guessing I can't do any of these right now. Alright.
Does fail
Okay.
to save, and thus it is
That's-
blinded.
Well, there's that at least. Okay, that's fine. I don't think I have anything else I can do at the moment. But while he is blinded, she can take the opportunity to get away from it. So she shall do so.
Then Lars, you're up.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and stay engaged with this knight that's right in front of me.
25.
And I am going to swing out. Well, no, first I'm going to cast Spirit Shroud. And so I will raise my Mallet of Sands up high, and you'll just see a bloom of frost form around the heads, and you have now icy spikes that are jutting from the giants' heads as I go ahead and swing out.
That is a hit.
Nice.
So
That's a lot
30
of hit.
for 34 damage, and I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and divine smite that. Is that cheap fiendish?
Fiendish,
Undead.
no. Undead, yes.
Okay. So that will be an additional 17 on top of that.
Boom.
And then I will take my second swing
A hit.
for a
And
lot of damage.
More beautiful damage.
And then I will do the same.
She's certainly bloody.
Then I'll do the same smite.
Let's see it.
Yeah, hold on. Oh.
Oh man.
All right.
That's
Okay.
rough.
But I got some good whacks in. So that's,
Oh
that's
yeah.
good. What?
Good stuff. All right, Lucy, you're up.
All right. Well, it looks like
101 damage. Whew.
yeah.
Damage
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah. All right. It looks like we don't quite have enough dead people.
Most of them are already dead.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly over because I have my flaming sword out already, and I don't want to. People are kind of too spread out right now for the spells I want to use. So I'm just gonna fly over to this one, and I'm gonna go ahead and make an attack with my flame blade.
Your blade.
16 will not
So-
do.
Oh,
That is a miss
Well.
by 2.
well,
And
I'm
it strikes
there.
out. The terrible bony armor of this woman deflects your strike. All right,
Okay.
Natas is up.
All right. Now for my bonus action, I'm gonna do my zealous presence. So the party gets advantage on attack rolls and saving throws
Beautiful.
for this
Go,
round.
baby.
Great weapon master
Mm-hmm.
on the Deathbinder. Is that the correct name for the cleric?
He is a veteran necromancer.
Veteran necromancer. I swing my axe at his head. So that's
Deathbinder is Shaya's
Miss.
last name.
Oh, okay. So that's the first.
Miss.
Wait,
axe
don't
I-
don't you
forgot
also get?
Yes,
advantage?
I just forgot to hit the.
So
the
that's
thing.
your first attack, which is a miss
Yeah.
because 12, 12.
And that's a 21, so that's
All right,
25.
you chop his head into 3 pieces.
Oh, amazing.
Why 3?
Because.
You're skilled.
Just one cut.
It's sushi.
And I
Alright.
end my turn.
Good chop. Gael, you're up.
Oh,
Still
is
up on
it?
that
Okay.
safety roof.
100%. Now moving to the safety roof. Gael has learned that like when he moves in very aggressively, without thinking, things go wrong. So I think Gael is just gonna be a classic. What am I?
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer, and just cast a fireball. But he's gonna use he is gonna use safe spell or whatever it's called, careful spell, to make sure not to hurt anyone. So we're gonna cast
you-
it.
and
Does
you-
anyone
Well, to
see
clarify,
it?
doesn't that only make it so that they automatically save on the saving throw, and they still take the damage?
Mm,
I don't know.
I thought
not
it meant it didn't affect. Give me a second.
Is this sculpt spell? What is this?
A chosen creature. Oh yeah, the one that sculpts is the one I wanted.
Yeah, you don't take damage. It's like you automatically save, and if it does damage, you don't take any damage.
But
I
he's
think it's the description.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Is he a evocation wizard?
No.
Oh,
I made it pick the wrong thing. Well, then maybe I shouldn't be doing that.
well, either way, you can totally still fireball like right here and get everyone.
Yeah.
Wait. I am not in the
I mean, like,
panel
I'm
because
resistant to fire, so like
moved
I don't
away.
care.
yeah, you can just.
True. Yeah, whatever. I'll just do it where like no one gets hit.
Ooh.
There we go. That's what I'll do. Thank you.
Wunderbar. All right. Right there. So we're just getting the Golem, the Dark Knight, and these 2 thugs.
Yep.
Those 2 thugs cannot survive. They are blasted apart.
Yay!
The
Charge.
golem can only ever take the 1 point of damage, so we'll mark that off, and then we'll roll for the Dark Knight, which is going to be Dex. Fail. Still standing, if only barely. Alright, Kyle, that's your turn, which brings us to your foes. The Bone Golem will act first, and Lucy, you are still in the air, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The Bone Golem is going to swing out with 1 attack towards Lars and 1 attack against Shael.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my reaction to invoke the Fury of the Frost Giants here. So I need a Constitution saving throw.
If it deals damage, so it missed you. And
Oh, it missed me. Oh.
it crits Shael, so good thing.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right, so shield wouldn't have even mattered.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, did it get
Never
affected
mind.
by my thing where it has to subtract? I'm just gonna keep saying this.
Never mind. No,
whenever
it has to hit me. It doesn't work with Chael. So
It
Yeah.
does,
mind.
but that wouldn't matter because it crit.
Yeah.
Sad.
All right, so that's gonna be big old 50 points to Shael, and then it's gonna take. What's the Constitution?
no. It didn't hit me. So sorry. It doesn't trigger.
Oh, hits me. Got it. Okay. All right, no worries. Bone Golem does the good old smack to Shael, and then we've got
That's a
the Dark
thick
Knight.
boy.
Dark Knight is going to swing out with disadvantage on the first attack.
And minus the
21 to hit
D6.
still hits. Wait, is that against Lucy or me?
against Lars.
Then,
At
so
least the
after that triggers, though, I will use the Fury of the Frost Giant. So after that first attack, I will
Yeah, so
provoke
con
a
save,
Constitution saving throw.
which is a fail.
1d8 plus 4 damage.
Sorry, didn't mean to
Okay.
do that.
So she'll take 10 damage after the first roll.
All
if
right,
that
so you take
kills
the
her.
damage from the first blow, and the frost encrusts her form as she gives out and falls to the ground. She is dead.
Nice.
Excellent.
Does she shatter dramatically?
Full Terminator style.
Not
Please say
terribly.
No.
She is mostly encrusted and falling to the ground.
She doesn't get Terminator 2'd?
Nah, we reserve that for child maiming bastards,
Yeah.
Okay.
which Shael has some experience with. All right, the good old necromancer is going to move up the boat and focus on Natas with a blight. And then these
She's
two
a plant
other
and has disadvantage on the saving throw.
these two other
No,
goobers
I
are going
have
to attack.
advantage.
All right, so this
19.
is minus
Is that half or no damage?
half damage.
Oh, balls.
All right, and it
You
is
have advantage on the save if you have an exclusively carnivorous diet.
All right, so this is a 12 to hit was a miss, and then a 20 to hit for 19 necrotic on the second inflict wounds.
Holy crap. Right.
Go here, you're up.
Nas is taking some damage over there.
It hurts.
I'm gonna just kind of come over this way, and I'm probably gonna find out how can I help Natas out here.
Drop a fireball on my head. I'm not joking. Just
Yeah,
do
but
it.
like,
Just do it.
but all right, cool. I'm gonna shoot
Oh,
this
wait.
cultist.
The bolt.
Huh?
The boat. Never mind. Ignore me.
Is the
I'm
boat
sorry.
made of real? Is it magical wood or is it real wood? I'm gonna run over to. Oh god, what's this character's name? Lars. Lars, can your boat burn?
You haven't
Do
tried.
I know if my boat can burn?
You haven't tried.
Well, I don't know, but I wouldn't test it if I were you.
All right, I like put away my fireball arrow and I pull out my hypnotic pattern arrow,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna shoot a. Actually, I don't want to fucking. Swiftquiver sucks. I thought Swiftquiver would be cool, but it actually just kind of sucks. I'm gonna shoot a hypnotic pattern arrow, and I'm gonna try and hit this guy with it.
Okay.
So I guess I'm making an attack roll.
Yes, you are.
Make that first.
That hits.
25
5.
to hit for 5. He makes a save against the hypnotic pattern, which then cancels the swift quiver concentration. And I'm gonna actually hit this guy, this guy, and I'm gonna hit Natas as well.
Shouldn't
I'm
be
gonna
an advantage.
use-
That's a 2, so that's a fail.
I'm gonna give Natas Bardic Inspiration. My bonus action in case he needs it for this saving throw.
Charmed. Succeeds. And charmed. Alright, Natas, roll that save.
What is it? Wisdom?
Yeah.
Alright, so these 2 targets are hypnotized. The non-bloodied creature survives.
So that's a
Roll a
10.
D10.
I'm gonna use my thing to re-roll that because I'm raging.
Ah, your thing.
So Constitution. Oh.
You can reroll a wisdom as a con save?
Oh, crap on a stick.
So you got a 12. And
Yeah,
you have
roll a
12
D10.
inspiration.
Roll your Bardic Inspiration. You just
Yeah.
gotta get a 4.
Hey!
There you go.
So that
Jael.
equals a 20. There you go.
There
You rolled
go.
a 20.
Yeah, I was just telling the future.
Can I use my actually there's a couple things I want to do here because I just saw the rolls that the enemies made. I want to
Yeah.
use my cutting words, like my reaction to use cutting words on the one that rolled a 16.
He already fails. Your DC is 17.
Oh, sorry, not a 16. On the 21, but it's still gonna fail. And then I want to use my item that I have, the what is it, the philosophy band that increases my DC by 1 to make my DC 18 for the spell. Or is this a reaction? Oh yeah, I can use my reaction. Never mind. Status quo. I thought I was about to be super cool and make them both fail, but none of that happened.
Alrighty. Shael, what you got?
Alright. Okay. I care more about healing me than I do harming the thing, especially if it can only take 1 point of damage. We're doing Wither and Bloom as a 3rd level spell, and I'm cashing in my Mushroom of Restoration.
Wunderbar.
So I guess it doesn't matter because it can only take 1 point of damage, this
Takes
thing,
the
no matter
one.
what kind of damage.
That's right.
Alright, now I just gotta figure out how much I'm giving myself back for the healing. And she really doesn't want that thing to wallop her again, but she also, if she moves, it'll wallop her again. But what she can do is stay within its thing and make its way over here. And actually, he was no longer blinded, was he?
Right.
I-
He missed the first attack. with
Lars-
blind. Yeah.
Lars will, I guess you're within the 10-foot.
Oh, what?
radius now.
Here.
Yeah.
Well, wait. If
No, no,
I
like,
take another
I-
step, am I in
Oh, that's a
something
bad circle?
else?
No, that's a good circle. That's my good circle.
This is a good circle.
Yeah,
All
good,
right.
in good
She will
circle.
move to within the good circle, and I just got to figure out how many hit points I'm giving myself back here. So okay, that's all she can.
Golem is hypnotized by the pattern.
Because bonus action, but I don't think I can do it because I already did a spell. I have Spirit Shroud, which is a bonus action, but Wither and Bloom
You
is
can
also a
move
spell,
away from
so-
the creature if you like, Shael. It's incapacitated by Gwayhair's spell.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh,
I
hot damn.
hypnotized it.
Hot damn.
It's hypnotized for a minute. I mean, like, I don't know if that's enough time to get everyone on the ship, but then I have to kill this thing.
It may be.
But if it can only take 1 point, like with the verdant police doing volleys of stuff, like they don't need to do a lot of damage. They just need to hit it.
Tell you what, Shael's
we
gonna
can
back
take
up
it
next to Gway here for right now, and then
Yep.
she'll do things next turn. I just gotta figure out hit point shit.
All right.
You could ready an attack for when it's incapacitated, or
Lars,
from when it's
right.
capacitated.
Capacitated. Lars Larson, what would you like to do?
So if I go over next to the ship, could I bonk the necromancer or the?
Yeah, you certainly can.
Okay, so I'm gonna run over and I'm gonna and I have advantage because of Natas's shit, and I will go ahead and make my first wickety wackety. So 26 to hit.
That's
For-
a big bonk.
Yeah, for what
30.
is that? 30 damage. And then I will smack him again. 31 to hit for
He's dead.
39 damage. Okay, cool. Get off my ship.
Yep. Yep.
Okay,
Alrighty.
that's my turn.
Excellent. So we are on to our conclusive round here as your ally NPCs will act. Roten is going to hurl a guiding bolt, which will miss because clerics are pants. And to that, the golem is still standing. The other zombies are dispatched down here. Another figure is going to fly into the fight from the north. On bleeding wings comes Athena, crashing to the ground and struggling to walk. You see that she has taken a significant beating and drags her sword along behind her, almost like a weight, dashing up to this, saying, "Fell the foe! We need to leave." Lucy's up.
Yeah, I don't like how she said that. I don't like the way she looks.
Thankfully, she's not looking at you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I already know what she tried to do. No need to explain. She fought the big
Okay.
thing. Okay, she tried. She lost. Here we are. Relish. Relish when it happens.
So that's not what I want. What's the?
This
Okay,
is
yeah, I'm
this is
just
where you
gonna go
need
ahead.
magic missile. Magic missile would obliterate this thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Certain, all it takes
I'm gonna
is
use
a
my
level
9
1 spell.
charges out of my wand of magic missiles.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Wither and Bloom. It's a 10-foot radius,
Yes, it is.
so right over here.
Okay. So you get these two lovely fellows.
Yep.
With a
So the two of them need to make a
con save.
con save.
They fail.
They both fail, so they'll take the
7. Yep.
whole. Yeah, why is.
That's from the other thing from the hand.
Yeah, so 7 necrotic, and then Lars can go ahead and use a hit die to heal yourself.
Aw, thank
It's
you.
whatever you roll plus
Plus
your
my
spell
charisma,
modifier.
which
Your
is
spellcasting
plus
mod.
5.
So plus 10.
Hey.
There you
Natas.
go. So you get 10.
Oh, I get 10?
Fabulous.
Yep.
I'll take it. Okay.
Yeah.
Time to bonk.
Okay.
Wither and Bloom is a great spell. It really is.
Reckless
Yeah. Oh.
attack onto the guy to my northeast.
He's dead.
Okay, cool. I need to remember to do that. All right, and then another attack onto the other guy. That's a 16.
He is alive.
And then bonus action, he's dead.
He's dead. He had 1 hit point,
Just
and
like
now
the
he
total-
does not.
He like cuts him across the chest and then does like and gets him with another.
Beautiful. All right, Gael, you are up.
I'm unmuted. Good. Okay. Well, I guess now our only goal is big monster dude, right?
Big ugly.
From what I can see on the. Yeah. Cool. Just
If you
making
would
sure I
like
didn't miss
to
anything.
do a damaging thing, you could
What?
also hold it to cast it after the enemy's turn has passed, so it stays incapacitated on its turn.
What do you mean?
So right now it is affected by Gwahir's hypnotic pattern. It can't do anything, but once it takes damage, it can. So
Yeah, if you hold your
Oh.
if you hold
So
your
if you
spell
just want to
until
do one
after
of
its
your
next turn.
damages, like a firebolt or whatever, and you want to say, "Hey, I'll cast this after its turn," you can do that.
Can I hold 2 spells?
No, it just
So I
be
was
your...
gonna quicken one.
Oh sure. No, not exactly.
No.
So
Exciting.
Yeah. so yeah, it would just be one. It's your call.
Blarb, blarb, a blarb. Fine, I will
Ah.
hold a firebolt and just
So-
wait.
All right, its
Patiently
turn
and play
passes.
good.
Throw that firebolt.
Wait, I throw it now?
Yep, its turn just passed. It was next.
This was just so it wouldn't get to attack for a round.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just coordinating
That was-
strategy there. Wait, here's up.
Was Shael was gonna throw a spell too, or
No, she didn't. No, she did her wither and bloom thing.
Mm-hmm.
So she
cool. I'm
didn't have
gonna
one prepared.
use my my circlet and cast a level 1 guiding bolt on this thing.
Perfect.
10
Hit.
radiant damage.
Next attack against it has advantage.
Cool. And then I'm gonna throw a level 1 healing word at my girl.
This is not
Athena.
Baldur's Gate. You have cast a leveled spell this turn. You cannot use a
Oh.
heal.
Even though it's
Yeah.
an item.
It is an item, so yes, you can.
I mean, if it's not, that's totally
No,
fine.
you
That was
can.
just-
You
that was
can.
not-
You're right. I've forgotten item would interact with that. So go ahead and throw your healing.
Okay. If it's
It's also no longer hypnotized.
healing word. Level 1 healing word at Athena. Yeah, then it gets 9 hit points back.
Awesome. Alrighty. Wait, here, you're up.
You like heal Athena and then look after Natas, who's like just bleeding out of every orifice. Like his ear just got cut off and he's just giving you the biggest death stare ever. It's like, you traitor.
Shael.
What?
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're obviously not going to waste big level spells on this son of a bitch. Crapes. All right. Well, we will cantrip him, I suppose. Let's just cantrip him for no darn good reason. Sure. Oh, cripes.
No.
That is a miss.
That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
You have advantage on the attack roll because of Gwahir's guiding bolts.
Oh,
again.
You know what? Yeah, I will gladly take it because that's pathetic and it makes me sad as a human being.
That's it.
There it is.
Hey.
14 off for one, right?
Well, yeah, for
For
one.
one.
But you know what? I bet you he's real chilly right about now. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't feel bad. I'm trying to
tough.
see where there's. Is he the only baddie left on the board?
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Lars Larson, you're up.
Oh my god, what is going on here? This is just a
It like
nightmare.
the frost from the frost ray. I'm like just chipping away at the frost. like what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like when you go out to get
Like
the frost
removing
off your
it.
car
It's like-
before you go to work when it's all over your windshield.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, that's too bad.
That's awful.
Roten is going to try a Sacred Flame. See if this creature can succeed on a dex save, which it can't. The DM must have something wrong with them. The cleric spell works. But he's going to call, "Forward, everyone! We need to get out of here!" And the crew is going to start moving forwards.
Do any of the Vergent police have Vergent pistols?
Police, they may, but at this point they're going to still remain sort of non-combatant until we run Athena, who is going to swing out her greatsword. 1, yes, 2, yes, 3, yes, 4 times. The creature is down to very little life.
Jeez.
I'm healing worded her.
And Shael, make me a perception check as Lucy is up.
Okay, cool. I'm currently in the air, so I'm praying. Like Lucy is praying that this angel person did not see Lucy in full devil regalia, and is just gonna quickly just like, oh, nothing to see here. Just kind of.
You can take on your normal form here on the material plane.
Yeah, so just gonna kind of.
She's probably kind of busy.
Yeah,
Honestly.
but just in case, gonna at will just disguise self to my normal facade, and with my
Pickpocketing
sword, I'm gonna
Swing it.
continue my attack. Yeah.
Swing it.
Hopefully I don't miss this time.
Flying down.
Ugh.
That is a miss.
Alright, I'm just...
Two on the die. As Natasha's turn is coming, Shael, you watch as a little fairy flutters up to you and tries to slip her hand into your pocket.
I saw her on the board, and I'm currently in D&D Beyond, upping her to level 10, it looks like.
I'm going to go with the roll result that was from Roll20. She rolled a 10. You saw the sleight of hand check coming, and catch your own character trying to rob you.
My God.
Yeah.
So I can't even be mad about it. Can't even be mad. You're very sparkly and pretty, and it's very nice to meet you. But now is not the time for fun and games. Little fairy person. Perhaps later.
Natasha's up.
Alright. I'm gonna totally
Whack,
miss every
whack,
attack. Reckless attack, just regular. Recklessly attack regularly.
Ba-boom. Let's see it. Let's bring this Goliath down. Those attacks will hit,
There we go.
and the bone golem loses its form and falls, collapsing to the ground, undead once again. We are out of initiative,
Yeah.
as all enemies on the map have been dispatched.
Yeah. Now that it's completely down, Child's just going to go over with her +1 quarterstaff and start just beating the ever-living hell out of it like it's a freaking pinata. So give the kid a minute. Y'all do your thing. Give her a moment. She's just going to let out all of her rage on this thing.
Lars, as you
Okay.
fasten the bell to the front of your vessel and observe the state of damage that this thing has sustained from crashing into the ground, you can tell that it will take some time in the plane of death to repair it for flight again. And your purpose here is still not done, and these people must leave. There is another way out.
Another-
Oh. Are we gonna go back to hell?
Natas has with him still the sigil, which will allow use of this circle to take you directly to the Valley of Rain, skipping the stop by hell, unless
Oh,
it's desired.
Okay. Cool.
Is that what you all are going to do?
I mean, I'm down.
I think Natas will be the first one to get to the helm of the ship. Just be like,
Wait, are we leaving?
listen here, you fucking cowards. We came here to do a job, and it's right
Yeah.
over there.
Oh, actually, you're not wrong.
Lars,
I'm
within
gonna
your mind,
I'm gonna grab the bell.
You- as you're reaching
not
for the
sleep.
bell, you hear the voice of Mir. It says, "This is, if you wish to fulfill your mission, where you part ways with the other. There are answers they still require about how to defeat your foe. You can be here. You can be ready. When their forces are marshaled, you can strike and destroy the crystal, all on your own."
I see. Well, I'll look out over the people in the crowd and say, "Oh well, I guess this might be where we part ways. I think I need to stay here to destroy the crystal. But here, Natas, let me help you out there, and I'll go ahead and give you 60 points of lay on hands."
Boom!
Won't lay his hands on me though.
Right?
Yeah.
There have been so many
And-
times
and,
when we had
like,
begged
well-
him to lay his hands on us, and he barely did so.
Won't do
this-
it for a close friend, but we'll do it for a total stranger. I
It's
see the
because
standards
you
here.
asked. It has to be spontaneous. You
Yeah,
can't
I'm
just ask all the time.
I'm just gonna be like making eye contact with Gael while like awkwardly just like kind of touching touching the chest of Natas and just being like, see what I can do. And Natas just has no idea what he's just like in the middle of.
It's perfect.
Right.
As I get on my ship.
Lars, do you accept this potentially suicide mission?
Yes, I do.
Are there any
I'll-
farewells
I'll-
you wish to say to
I
these folks?
will stand down and say, oh well, for those of you I don't know that well, it was a good fight just now. Great name, you six. Pointing at the gnomes. And
We'll all give
and
kind
then
of sheepish waves.
and then I'll look to Gael and Lucy and say, well, I don't know if I'll ever see you again. I don't know if you guys make it to the plane of hell or not hell, sorry, death that often. But I did enjoy the times that we did have together, even if you're one of my sworn enemies.
Yeah. Lucy would like Lucy would like go up to Lars and just like, listen, you don't have to do this yourself. You know that.
Well, I think this is what's going to be best for my people. So,
Lucy's gonna get a little emotional and probably just gonna back off, just kind of like nod, because like any more talking is gonna just start losing it. Yeah. Lucy's not happy with this. Lucy doesn't like it.
All right, then. Go ahead.
Wait.
Yes,
I was
please.
gonna give Lars Lars a hug and be like, you might not consent, but I'm gonna take it. And then he's gonna say, always happy to be your, what was it, enemy? Like,
Sworn enemy.
Sworn. Always
No,
happy
it was,
to be your sworn enemy.
no, because you used to
Come
call us.
back and battle us sometime.
Yeah. Did you used to call us heathens? No.
yeah, heathens, yeah.
Heathens.
Ethan.
And then like it turned into like friend, heath friends.
Friend to me.
Friend to me. I don't know. You had a
Whatever.
word.
Anyhow, yeah. Come back and put us back in our place at some point. We might need it.
And with that,
Okay.
Lars, your ship can lift off.
Yeah, I would have like hopped into my boat, just like taken the necromancer whose head I bashed in my ship and hucked him out and say, "That's not. Oh yeah, that's a final parting gift for you, you know."
And with that, a fog will emerge over Lars and his vessel, which will allow them to transport back to the plane of death where the ship can repair and await the right moments to strike. As for the rest of you, it awaits to return to the Valley of Rain. Move yourself onto this infernal sigil so that you might.
Us walks right up to it then and is like, you fought the big fucker, didn't you?
She looks up at you with an eyebrow raised. Let's see, it's gonna be... Yeah. She says, I did. I couldn't attack it. It was if my own muscles prevented me from striking it. We must discuss this. And with the shrouding of infernal fumes, you find yourselves transported back to the Witch Clan settlement and back to the Valley of Rain, where you can now safely arrive. Go. The other civilians all departing, going their various ways. And as our final chapter, before our conclusion, Athena will say, "We need answers." That corpse colossus is at the center of all that is wrong about this. Do any of you have a lead on how we could gain information about its weaknesses?
Deathbinder.
Asmodeus?
I mean, there is Lydia. She's knowledgeable about a lot of things.
She is.
Let me lead you
I
on this
roll.
one.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say the local tribes are pretty well known with all things undead. So we're probably got this lady down here. Might be able to give us some insight. My camera could work.
Perfect. We will use that as a via point. Roten will pat you on the shoulder, Natas, and say, "Be well. We can discuss personal matters later."
Yeah, where you going?
I won't be far. Just seeking to any injured in this place. That, let me take us down here to the leader of the Witch Clan, Miss Zyma Frostheart. She is telling a story about a pilgrimage to an icy fortress far in the south that her people make sacred worship for the cold. Around that fire are several children, as well as Voya and Greyflame, friends from before. And as you all approach, Athena will lead the charge to say, "Witch, we require answers, if you have them, about how to fell a monstrous corpse beast infused with light and darkness." The witch's eyes go wide with confusion, and she says, "I'm sorry, but that's outside of my expertise. I shudder to ask, but there is an object in this valley. Could have insight on what you need. An object kept in the Dream Grove. I believe several of you have encountered it before. I mean but to remind you then."
Yeah, the stick.
Yeah, I forgot about that thing.
Yeah, that old stick.
The one that wanted to make a deal with us, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to go there?
Will you come with us? I'll ask the Witch Clan leader.
She will say, "Keep an eye on the kids, if you would like." So she goes
I
along
would.
with you. Are you all making your way to the Dream Grove as was suggested?
Yeah. Lucy's interested in deals.
From the Witch Clan settlement you go, cross the
No.
Valley of Rain, into the swamps of the Sage Clan, and then here to the Dream Grove. Sacred place of life, with many curiosities. As you arrive in this place, there is not only a woman in underclothes that seems to be lounging on the side of this sacred pool, elven druid tending to the bushes, and a small raccoon keeping watch, but a massive fey wolverine that looks down upon you all.
Is that Jillian Gulliver?
Yep.
It is.
What? Has she been here the
Yeah.
whole time? Did I miss something?
No, we found her at the bottom of a tower in the wasteland. Yeah, it's a long story.
Just say, "Hi, y'all!"
She's like perpetually dying. Like if she leaves the pool, she can die. So just kind of like keep it happy, Dory.
Oh.
Yeah.
Say, I suppose
Okay.
you're not here to talk to me, but if anyone wants to later on, I'll be hanging around.
Yeah. I actually like that a lot.
Send you on your way as this raccoon gives you a as you approach.
Thanks, Rookie. You too.
And as you ascend these wooden stairs, this Fey Wolverine nods towards the leader of the Witch Clan and says, "You are here with questions for it, I assume." She will
I think
nod. So,
Yeah.
Zymo will say, "I will be on hand for any questions you need, but I suppose most of them will be for that. And to those of you who have not been before, here floats a staff made from an enlarged spine with a skull at its tip and a neck around it. A soft glimmer of green and purple emanates from its eyes. And as Gwahir approaches, each of you in your mind hear that same voice that says, 'I knew you'd be back. What do you want to know? And what are you willing to give to know it?'" The angelic woman steps forward first to say, "We want to know how to destroy your master, Staff." "Oh," it says, "there are many ways to destroy, but you'll need to be more specific." She will clarify that when she attempted to strike it, it would not be harmed. She could not swing those blows. But you can see frustration growing within the angelic woman. You'll all need to step in and take lead on questioning this magic item. How will you do so?
I'll ask the staff a question, or the wand a question. What do you... The cultists, they summon this giant flesh monster in the city. We need to know how to destroy it.
Right.
It has one horn that emits light and one horn that emits darkness.
Oh, so it worked. My purpose.
Your purpose.
Indeed it was. Done now. Thus I was cast aside, used as bait for the one with the fool plan, as she saw it.
Is this the vizier that you're referring to?
So you know. Yes, she cast me to that Baron. Allowed the Baron to follow his schemes. Well, the troll first, but she knew whose hands I would land in. So did the weaker of the cultists attempt their schemes. So did they fail, and so am I here, and so have I an opportunity to aid you.
You looking for a new purpose now that your other purpose has been fulfilled?
Oh, that would be lovely. Is that what you offer?
Perhaps. Probably beats being trapped here for all eternity.
I will need...
Lucy's gonna step up real quick and kind of like want to warn you, just like, I would be careful if I was you. Deals with sentient objects, and especially ones as powerful as this, is rarely gonna go well unless you know exactly how to deal with them. Trust me, I know. And like kind of like shows off the hand. Just like I would think this through before you make any deals.
Lucy's glove is removed to reveal a decrepit hand that looks not to be of their body. The staff says, well, I might be interested to share some knowledge if one of you would be willing to allow me to bind to you. Just allow me in and accept what I offer, and we'll be off to the races as it is.
Yeah, Lucy will look back at you and be like, see what I mean?
What does...
Huddle.
What is this?
Huddle.
Pre-ask another question, Huddle, or can I ask a question, Huddle?
Well, we're coming right back, but you can if you want.
I'll huddle.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna lie. I got one person in here already. All right. I got her mom following me. Give it to me. It can't do anything bad. It can't do anything worse than what's already happening. All right. I have an angel literally following me to take a shit. Okay. I can't do anything wrong.
All right. Well, here's the thing. If things go super wrong for you, I got you. Ready? Level 1 healing word. Now you're back to full health. I think we're ready.
Oh, no.
No more
He's
questions.
just kind of like looking at the two of these people and just like, did you not hear a word I just said? Or
Dad.
do you really think this is thinking it through?
Mamu, I've come to bargain. No,
The voice in your mind says, oh, I hope this only affects you.
Oh, no.
Hold on. I want to get some more information before I commit to this. What does this binding entail exactly? Is there some kind of contract or deal?
Oh, simply, my bearer must lay low their mental defenses and consent to my influence on them. They will gain great power from me, and they will still be able to do what actions they wish outside of certain limitations.
Those limitations.
So,
Well,
here's a question.
I think I have the leverage to not tell you right now.
I think I have the leverage to leave you in this grove forever.
Time out. Real quick, Jake Henry.
Yeah.
I could still communicate with my hand, yes?
And for the concern of our timing, within 10 minutes our story should be wrapped, presuming this deal is not drawn out. So
Okay.
let's get down to business. For the hand, what are you interested in?
So could I ask the hand mentally of its insight and knowledge of like, hey, how can we navigate this scenario so that Natas
I like
doesn't
what you're doing.
just get completely doesn't get completely taken over, essentially. I'm like, hey, you're essentially the same kind of
Right.
object. You know, you're on my side. Help us out.
How can this work? And if any of you have ideas, pitch them to me, because this is one of those
That-
I have relied upon you all to make a compelling pitch and to not get yourself screwed. You now thrown it back to me, so the floor is very much all of us. If anyone has any brilliant ideas, feel free to put them forward.
I wouldn't call it a brilliant idea, but the 15-year-old is losing her patience with all the adult bullshit, and she needs to go find her grandfather and kill him or re-kill him or unkill him. So she's wondering if threatening to just snap this staff into a million tiny pieces and use it for kindling would be incentive for it to play nice.
I have a deal.
I have a thought.
What's your idea, Chris? Let's go to. Well, John, what's your thought? What you got, John?
What if we put it into something we had a contract with, therefore it couldn't take over it?
That's a funny idea.
Like hand it
Interesting.
to Rodrigo, Rodrigo's dead.
What's your
hand it
idea,
to Mara's husband?
Natas?
I got a deal. I say we just take the gloves off. We make this a beneficial partnership. You help us destroy this monster. We cast it aside. And when it's done, I take one of those horns and you, and I send you back to the void. Whatever happens, happens.
Oh, that's interesting. A promise.
Yeah, Natas, let's just fucking kick this can down the road another few centuries, why don't we?
I won't be there.
I will
Selling my
accept.
dad.
I will not interfere with your will. You will promise upon a parchment presented by the devil amongst you that you will banish myself and one of the two horns once creature is felled.
Deal.
One of the horns, or what remains of it. Open your
Beneficial.
minds.
Partnership.
I will show
wait.
you. Yes.
Yeah, before you do it, Lucy will kind of snap the finger and produce a contract.
Yes, please. All right. Contract, and the creature will consent to it. That is the staff and Natas, and our deal may be sealed. Let us move then. The staff says to all of you, open your minds to but a vision. No influence will be exerted, just memory. Will you all consent?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the contract.
I trust this
so
ancient demonic artifact.
I trust the contract.
Your vision goes to a fortress within which there is flame and a great red throne. Outside of great windows can be seen glaciers across a sea of lava. Lucy, you immediately recognize Cania, the 8th layer of hell. And entering the hall of Mephistopheles.
Oh, it's been a while.
Is a dark-hooded woman. Stepping up to the throne upon which perches the second most powerful devil of the 9 hells. As Yena, the chosen of Orcus, steps forward to Mephistopheles, who in his hand cradles the wand of Orcus upon his throne, drumming his fingers atop it, says, "Ah, you've come to make a deal with the devil, my dear. I'm happy to say I'm in the market." Yena will say, "So you agree? The soul of dark and the soul of light. Fuel for the horns, fuel for the shield." The devil smiles and says, "This will be a surprisingly beneficial arrangement. I implore you to succeed in your plan. I've always liked demons. I've employed them from time to time, as you know. I've even experimented on myself with their essence. Shall I?" The hand Orcus nods, and Mephistopheles presses the skull-tipped staff to his own chest as he watches a darkened essence flows into that staff. Then holds it out, saying, "Cato Dentarel's soul is bound already to it. It was a last action I took before he was banished. You need but find him, and you will have your soul of light. Once he fells me, but ours, mine will go to the staff as well." The woman steps forward, taking it and nodding and saying, "Then our arrangement will continue. I'm happy that no piece of parchment is required for this." He'll smirk and say, "Why use paper when you can trust interest? It's far more consistent." And in a veil of shade, as you've seen this hooded figure vanish before in each of your individual encounters with her, before you knew her identity, She is gone. Your vision now shifts forwards to a time ahead, but hours ahead, when great battle is made between the forces of heaven and the forces of hell. You watch that same angelic woman, greatsword in hand,
That's me.
strike out at the stomach of Mephistopheles, creating a great wound. The wings are sliced off by a human woman with reddish skin and redder hair, bearing a halberd, and flying around to land for a strike comes an angelic man, sword in hand, as he swoops forwards and strikes through the stomach of Mephistopheles. That devil dying a death, and his blackened soul fading away from him. And as his palace begins to crumble around him, these heroic slayers, these heroes of realms, make their flight, not knowing what deals have already transpired. So, here you now stand, fresh with the understanding of what has transpired, and the staff will clarify a final thing. The souls of kin are the keys to the lock that are the horns. Children, a child of Mephistopheles and a child of Denturel, their souls must flow into those horns. The shackles of the souls imprisoned within broken. Only then will the protection of Orcus fade. I take it they may be among us.
It. So, all right. Then he said it. I didn't.
A
back it up.
grimace crosses her face.
What's these two? Right there.
I'm sorry, what?
Aren't you? Didn't you just say that he was your dad?
I have no idea who you're talking about. I've never heard that name before.
Your purpose is now clear, and so over the remaining time, preparations are to be made. Forces united, forces of the Valley of Rain, forces of the Forthane Forest, forces of Cadlia and beyond, all aligned to lay siege to Virgin City and dispatch the undead rulers that have claimed their throne there. And it is from your vessel, Lars Larson, that you can now perceive the outlines of those coming forces. You know that the time is nigh. Will you sail to the conclusion of your task?
I will firmly grip the rudder, if that's how this boat works, and I will steer it in the direction of the city.
All right. And so you come to that emerald spire, whereupon is the great blood crystal created by Tarum Jacksonair of Vaxaris, maintained by him and protected by the many forces of Orcus. Your boat arrives. It crumbles under the spells of necrotic power, of disintegration that are flung at it. Lars, please describe for me how you would like to destroy this crystal as you leap hammer in hand from your ship.
So I'm at the rudder for as long as possible as I see the arrows and the spells come flying, and you see that I understand that at the end the ship won't make it, and I tie off the rudder, and then I run and I run to the prow of the boat, and I would like to make eye contact with the mage, and you have just one of those moments where time just kind of stops in the middle of him casting the disintegrate at the boat, and when you go, oh shit, that's the wrong target, and I will go ahead and raise the hammer high as it becomes encrusted in ice, with the power of my ancestors, and I will take a running leap over the shield-studded side of the boat, right over the top of the leader, and bring my hammer down in a large overhead arc onto the face of the crystal.
And it shatters, falling apart. And that shield that was around it does as well. As many shards fall to the ground, so too do you, Lars. And within moments, they are all upon you, and their spells would consume your body in a flash. As you are dying, 4 gods reach out to claim your soul, and you may choose to whom to go. Gelrazun, the chained god, offers you power and purpose. Lyra offers you purity and salvation. Mir offers you peace and rest, and Orcus promises a new life.
So with Mir, if I were to go back to the plane of death, would I be reunited with the crews of my ancestors that I helped retrieve from the north?
You would. With Lyra, perhaps as well.
I think that in a more of a certainty, not to take, Lyra has served me very well in my life. However, I think that with the certainty of knowledge that I could be reunited with my ancestors, I would reach out to Mira and to rest.
Perfect. And so it is the simple toll of a bell that you hear as your soul is safely whisked away from this place where the razors of dead cannot claim it. And as so, that shield barrier fades away and light shines once again on the top of the spire. And with that moment, the final charge may begin for the rest of our defenders of Cadlia. And that will take part during our finale on Sunday. I will see some of you over the next couple of days to resolve other pieces of this puzzle. But until that time, we go to destiny. I will see you all soon.